paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Near the roof, vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round, coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching Fox News.
X. Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
In a world where a checkered flag is just the start, meet Ryan Wheeler, the would-be champ who seems to have run his last lap. But when a mysterious figure offers Ryan a dark bargain, promising the throne of speed, he strikes a deal with the devil that will make him ride and die. From ball-busting YouTube sensation and Arkham Menard's NASCAR breakout racer Cody Dennison comes his first kick-ass comic creation. This won't be your average ride. It's a tale drenched in bone-chilling horror, soaked in violence, and wrapped around the curves of both the track and the sexiest women that'll make you forget the road ahead. Experience the race of a lifetime, or the damnation of your very soul. Will Ryan outrun his demons, or will he burn in the fiery pits of hell? Don't miss out. Get Cody across the finish line. Back Ride and Die on Indiegogo.
I have read a lot of books, and I think I'm a smart man here. However, there is one book I'm really excited about. It's one coming out soon, and it will blow you all away. The book is called Ride and Die. It's about some race car driver and some big titty demons. My good friend Cody Ake Camelot 331 wrote it, and it is amazing. You should all go back it on Indiegogo, just like I have.
I'm sweating like a country pig. I'm gunning beers and taking swigs of ice cold Jack. We're at the track, it's racing day, we're getting smacked. I never really understood this NASCAR shit. I thought, how could I be impressed when cars go left? But then I went and baby, it's the best. The ladies here are fine as spring. They'll hop to a ride on that thing. There's beer and whiskey everywhere. There's smoke and rubber in the air. I'm gunning beers, I'm shooting jack. We're here all day, 500 laps. And when they start them engines up, man, my heart, it starts to pump. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. The beer and rubber, perfect mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. It's not loud, we're in the crowd. We're watching cars go round and round. We're in the South, the USA. We fly that flag each goddamn day. And when it's time to watch a race, we crack a beer right on our face. We watch them cars go fast and left. This NASCAR shit's the fucking best. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. I'm drunk as shit, I love this mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. Oh, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. A dirty summer country mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their cartridge hits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit.
Hey, you. You're finally woke.
Are you guys aware that we almost see no titties in movies anymore? And we only see titties. Has anyone noticed this? Yes, I love titties! Big old titties!
Hey, how you guys doing on this illustrious Monday? We're back with the boys. We're so excited to be here. Billy's dropping red, boys, like it's nobody's business, and we're here to talk about Mudahar. Rest in peace, Mudahar, aka Some Ordinary Gamers. It looks like he was some ordinary gamer all along. No, if you guys aren't following along, it's pretty damn spicy. Now, look, to be completely fair, it's kind of internet nonsense, and that's just how these things work. I've been following it. I apologize for that. I've been following it, and it kind of looks like Mudahar was just loose-lipped a little. You know what I'm saying? Like he was kind of like, you know how some people get? We're like, yeah, dude, I did this thing one time, bro. But they're kind of just like, they're turning up the truth to like 11. You know, they're taking a bit of truth and whoo, cranking that bitch, right? You know, and that's what I'm gonna do. For sure. Like 10 years from now, people will be like, hey, man, what do you do? And I'll be like, yeah, dude, I raced NASCAR back in the day. Real successful, but I was too good, so they banned me. When in actuality, it's because I was wrecking too much. Thanks, Anus. Oh, my God, cooking my ass. We're going to all do it, but Mudahar went a little hard, and it's starting to catch up with the boy. He claimed he was an engineer. Turns out he wasn't. And now then he backtracked. But then there's also clips of him saying that he dropped out of school. There's just a lot of conflicting information. And Mudahar has disappeared from the internet. Because to be fair, when you are that size, okay, the amount of followers Mudahar has is comparison to Billy's waistline. It's fucking huge. Okay. So that being said, when you flub a little, it's a big deal. If my nudes leaked tomorrow and you saw my little tiny penis, I would just laugh and no one would care because I'm a nobody. Mudahar's penis leaks. What you gonna do about that? It's the end of the world. The end of the world. Let's hit the super chats. After I roasted Billy, we got to read a super chat. Charles says another $2 for GameStop to sponsor you NASCAR. Thank you, friend. I love you. Charles Sampson's my boy. He's so beautiful. Thank you, man. 30 likes from goal, by the way. We have to hit 100 or else I ban Billy. You got 5 minutes. Chai T says, my penance from Saturday, I was at karaoke. How dare you? How dare you, by the way? Thank you, Chai T. I love you. Billy Hatcher. By the way, big shout out for YouTube officially featuring me yesterday for no reason. Okay. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, like banning Billy is a bad thing. No, it's a good thing. Muda has had a lot of stupid stuff happen to him this year, like him buying the Switch 2 and throwing Nux under the bus, but this might be the thing that makes him leave. We know he doesn't have the balls like Pirate Slopware. That guy's gross. And nothing to do with his antics. Look, I mean, him kind of like defending the companies and the DRM and trying to like ignorantly, intentionally act like the movement was to force online games to make offline modes, blah, 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 retroactively. I get it. He's just kind of gross looking. You know? I don't know what it is. That Meat Canyon made an animation about him where he's sucking his titties. Fucking that like was perfect. That look, his titties are saggy. Thank you, Billy. I love you. But no, Mudahar goofed. Yeah, he goofed a little. So it's gonna be funny. He goofed a little. The Switch, I defended Mudahar with the Switch thing. Because I was like, who gives a fuck? That's how you can tell all his viewers are the 12-year-olds. He said he was going to boycott the Twitch and he didn't. It's like, okay, who gives a fuck? But that, he was loose-lipped, boys. He was loose-lipped. All right. Thank you so much. I love you, dude. Appreciate you. Billy, you are the GOAT, by the way. We are up against the 491st naked snake in a row. Yes, you heard that right, by the way. The goal is $500 in super chats, and we have hit it for 490 streams in a row. 2021, the year of our Lord, was the last time we missed the goal. And the streak was 6 back then. It is 490 now. Thank you, Billy. Billy has been heavy lifting the last year. I appreciate it. Thank you, Billy. All right, anyways. We're up against that. Plus, we have the membership goal, as usual, for Fight Milk. 100 members on the stream. You can gift memberships. It all counts towards your boy. Get on it, doggone it. All right. Thank you, baby. Love you, Billy. Review Archive USA 420. Nice. Says, Rip Mutahar. Love the content. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Member for 46 months. What the fuck? Did you change your name or something? Damn. Ben Ryder, you should rename yourself Clickbait a lot. Oh, I tried, but YouTube was like, nah, bro, we'll take your verification away. Damn. I can't lose the check mark. I worked so hard for that. You don't understand the stress. Okay. Do the people in the chat think I look younger? By the way, do I look younger? This is kind of off topic. Keep in mind, this is a live stream. If you didn't notice, do I look younger today? Billy, shut your mouth. Anybody else? Billy, you don't know nothing. Shut up. No, you look the same. You don't look stressed anymore. Ah, cool. You compare to your recent videos? No. Yeah. No, you look like you're not day over 45. You look something. All right. I didn't say roast me, chat. I didn't. Hey, Alasky. Holy shit. Yes. I got a ton of plastic surgery last week. Do I look good? I feel like I look tighter, you know? Unlock Billy's ass. Hey, what's up? I got my abs etched last week, and they are shredded now. It's good. It's very good. Jays. All right, anyways. Holy Ozone 5 get the memberships. My God. Oh, I'm going to get the BBL for sure, bro. The BBL is the next one, right? BBL is the next one, buddy. We got the 5 memberships. 5 memberships from Holy Ozone putting us 95 away. Etched. Yes. So ab etching just makes you have a shredded core. It's only like 11 grand, bro. Let's go. Come on, get on it. My BB, I do need an ass. I have no ass on me. Because anybody help me get an ass. What's up, Pete Degenerate Gaming? How you doing, dude? Welcome back. So we got a good show today, guys. We're talking about, of course, Mudahar leaving the internet. He has been radio silent ever since being kind of caught in a lie about saying he was an engineer. And his parents were like both super scientists and shit. And everybody's been uploading and going crazy and talking about it. And we're going to talk about it today. Now, to me, it's when I see drama like this, it's less extreme for me because I think it's silly because I put myself in the position. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Granted, I don't lie about weird shit like that. I tell you the truth. I quit school. I grew up in a trailer park and I can barely read. I've never understood the whole I have to lie and make myself seem smarter. Bro, I'm dumb as fuck. And I'm not going to be able to trick you into believing anything otherwise, right? Like, you can hear me speak. You know I'm a dumb man, okay? All I like is guns, muscles, and fat titties. And ass cheeks, mainly. Mainly ass cheeks. That's why me and Billy are still friends today, you know? Oh, what's up, MBD? Big news for the unemployed. Hell yeah. What's a BBL? What's a BBL? You know what a BBL is. That's when you get all of your love handle fat sucked out and stuck into your cheeks. No joke. It's actually extremely dangerous, too. Don't get the BBL, okay? Just get the ab etching, like me, so you can have an 8-pack. Even after you drink like a 12-pack, you'll still have an 8-pack. Science is crazy. Dumb people are the happiest people. Yes. You want to know why? Because I can't overcomplicate anything. Right? All right. Anyway, guys. Still smarter than 50% of live streamers based. No, to be fair, to be completely fair, if you're a content creator, okay, of like any substantial size, you can determine what that is for yourself. If you're a content creator of any substantial size and you are not bald or obese, you're automatically in the top 1% of content creators. Dude, why is everybody bald and obese? You ever notice that? Turn on a freaking video, bald obese, every time. Like, bro, why do you have a camera? Be a VTuber, bro. Come on. You know, that's what Ginger does. He looks like Edward Scissorhands, but he's a ginger, so he's a VTuber. That's what you do. Okay. All right. Anyways, let's talk about Mudahar. Thank you guys so much. Going out, Cecil. That's not what I meant, but also funny that I'm not bald, but I am fat. You are not bald, Billy. All right, big shout out to Billy. We're an orange and a pink boy and a gold boy away from a rainbow night tonight on this illustrious Monday. Welcome everybody to the show. the official CamelCast. I appreciate you guys for showing up. We are going to start on Mudahar, and then we'll move on to MasterCard, and then we'll move on to Lil Tay. If you don't know, a little bit of context, Lil Tay is a content creator that was like 9 years old recently, it feels like, and she was trolling the internet, and everything she did was a troll. She faked her death when she was 12. She pretended like she was getting abused by her family and being held hostage and forced to do content creation. And she was always in the news cycle, and that's how she garnered a huge following. A lot of PR and marketing firms and agencies will do this for celebrities and other people. Well, she announced she started an OnlyFans a few days ago, and she made millions of dollars. Probably $1 million, but probably millions by now. It's been a few days. Now, for some reason, people are under the impression that when you have an OnlyFans, it means you did porn. That's not what that means. An OnlyFans is no different from a Facebook that you would pay for, subscribers would pay to see it. That's it. That's all OnlyFans is. It is not synonymous with porn nor nude. It is used for that in the vast majority of cases. But that's not what OnlyFans has to be. I could put guitar videos up on OnlyFans if I wanted to, right? And subscribers would see it. That's the whole point. So she created an OnlyFans. And everybody's pissed. People on the left, like liberals, are pissed because she's 18. Because we've come like full circle now. Like, when you're 18, you're still not old enough. I don't know what the fuck. I can't follow liberal shit at all. And then conservatives are also pissed because porn is bad, right? That's kind of the normal conservative viewpoint. If you're a little bit more like on the extreme, I don't want to say extreme, but a little bit further. Like, I don't feel like conservatives feel that way, but if you go like a little bit more right, they're like, oh, porn's bad. And I disagree. Porn's great. I don't even watch porn that often, but I fucking love it. It's great. I'm not going to lie to you. But anyways, so they're all saying the same thing. 18's too young, gross, and also conservatives, porn's bad. But the thing is, Lil Tay hasn't posted any nudes. She hasn't posted any lewds. She just posts pictures of herself standing there, fully clothed. Now, some people will have you believe on Twitter that she has posed nude and it's all over Twitter. But those people are apparently 55 years old and can't tell AI and bad Photoshop that's grainy from actual footage. So no, she has not. There's hundreds of forums following it right now that are auto-refreshing every 5 seconds following it. It's all over Reddit. You could type in Lil Tay Reddit, boop. You can see if anything was posted. Now, you might not be able to see the content directly, but you can read if something's been posted that's crazy. Nothing has been posted at all. But people are trying to claim that it has. Therefore, she's bad, and also people that buy it are bad. Now, people that buy it, that's whatever. You're probably a degenerate if you're getting scammed by a girl that's not posing nude. Now, here's the whole point. She's trolling everybody. She's making millions of dollars, just like the Buddha Babe girl did. The Catch Me Outside girl did the same thing. The Catch Me Outside girl started an OnlyFans, made millions of dollars, and never posted anything nude. But people think she did. They have retroactively made history in their brain saying that she did. She actually never did. She just got millions of dollars because people are degenerates. And I think if you're able to scam people out of millions of dollars and all you got to do is say, I'm going to totally do porn one day, that's kind of funny. If you're paying for this shit, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Somebody said, is Cody a subscriber? You don't have to be one. All you have to do, there's like 1,000 threads right now. You can Google Lil Tay OnlyFans thread. And there's literally every result's a different thread, and they're all following. Now, you might not be able to see what's being posted, but you can see if anything actually was posted that's considered crazy. That's how fast you can find out. And no one's posted anything, right? I don't pay for that. Okay, I got Google. Okay, and I got Billy. Billy will send me his tits if I want tits. Okay, he does it all the time. All right. Anyways, so yes, Canadian. Yes, Candy Lane. I thought I said Canadian. All right, boys. So let's give a little quick check to the goals. Right now, we're 5 out of 100 members for Fight Milk tonight, and we are 104 out of 500 for the 491st Naked Snake in a row, where I peel my shirt off, and I will be just like Lil Tay, and I'll be nude, because that's what we do here. vermin infested. I am somewhat of a degenerate myself. All right, so let's start with Mudahar, guys. So some of the stuff I'm about to show you is pretty shocking. What do I mean by shocking? Well, it depends on your love for Mudahar. It depends on how passionate you are about what's the word? How passionate you are about creators. How parasocially connected to creators are you? Right? Are you? And that depends on how mad you'll be. I could give two shits. I have people that yell at me daily on Twitter that are other creators, and I don't fucking care. I've never cared. Internet beef is, for lack of a better term, and you know what I mean, but internet beef between like two, like 30-something-year-old or 40-something-year-old content creators, internet beef, hyper gay. It is like the gayest thing in the world. Did you know he came into my video and said, you're a liar, and that's the gayest shit in the world. Bro, I'm 35 and I'm not in 8th grade. I don't know how people maintain weird internet beef. It is so cringe, bro. It's the cringiest shit in the world. Unless there's like a lawsuit and they're covering that and they're fighting each other, that's kind of interesting. But when it's literally, they said I was fat and bald, and they're actually a failure, and I don't like them, and so gross. It's so cringe. Billy Hatcher for the Rainbow Night also horned people. What are you trying to say, Billy? Because I will say, Billy, sometimes at 1 a.m., got some candles lit. Are you saying that I am of special needs, Billy? Are you saying I'm of special needs, Billy? Okay. Because I think that's what you're saying. You and the other dudes in the chat and women that are in their 30s, I know how this works, by the way. Don't act like I don't. Midnight or 1 a.m. hits, you see a fat cheeks on a commercial. You're like, oh my God. I must breed. All right, okay, whatever. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. All right. Irakaios, enjoy the Schadenfreude. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate you. Does that mean orange boy? You ain't even German, are you? You're like something else entirely. Hey, 129 out of 500. Thank you, buddy. Oh my God. Oh, thank you, Irakaios. I love you, dude. Appreciate you. Chantel says, porn addict. I didn't know this about this YouTube. I have a name, Chantel. It's Codith. Okay. My name is not this YouTuber. It's Codith. For one. And two, I don't even watch porn. Often. It's very rare. It's like once every 3 months, Chantel. Okay. All right. I have friends that lock themselves in rooms for days. All right. I only lock myself in a room for 2 hours once every couple months if I'm on the road. Look, dude, if I'm on the road and I'm in a hotel for 3 days and the cleaning lady's 400 pounds, Chantel, I'm going to pull up some Pornhub. Because I gotta do what I gotta do to survive, Chantel. Don't act like you don't know how to survive, Chantel. Hold on. What do you mean you had to stop when you're 30, Chantel? You lie. Stop what? Stop what? I turned 30. You're 29. What do you mean you stop? Stop what? Okay, no, make this make sense to me, Chantel. I can't watch Pornhub once in a while. But if I'm feeling my jimmies rustled, I can tear the thong off my chick and give her beans. I feel like that's like violent. Although it's also good, Chantel. This is also good. I'm just saying, what's the difference? Stop watching porn. It's math. All right, Chantel, all jokes aside, tackle it for a second. Is it Hub, Ban, and Bama? What do you think this is? I may be not a smart man, but I do know what VPNs is. Stop watching porn. I had to stop. Bad for me to tell. Jokes aside, and I'm not shitting on you, Chantel. I love you. You look very attractive when you picture your face, which means I'm into it. But what I'm trying to say is, look, If you watch porn like every day, like multiple times a day, yeah, you've got something going on in your brain juice. Right? That's definitely negatively affecting you mentally. Now, if it's once in a while, okay, your girlfriend's out of town for 2 weeks, and I ain't trying to empty my balls in a stripper. Okay, that's bad. That's way worse, Chantel. We can admit that hanging out with Charlotte the harlot, she's like 50 now. And she's cheap though, but she's 50. You know, that's bad. I shouldn't be doing that. No, I think the smarter thing is launch a rocket, snot rocket, in the privacy of my own home. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's the same. Hold up. So you saying I should bang the hooker? That's not right. No, you wrong, Chantel. You wrong. I don't care how attractive you are in your picture. I disagree. All right. Hey, Fire Goddess. That's based. All right. Anyway, sorry, Chantel. I love you. We're having fun. We're having a good time, Chantel. Listen, Chantel. Listen, Chantel. I would never bang a hooker. Yeah, okay, Billy, whatever. Billy, you are the kind of guy that the hooker would show up and she would give you the money back and say, I'm sorry. I can't do this. Oh my gosh, my boy. Where have you been, dude? My man. Every time I see my Darth Maul poster, I freaking think of you. And I'm like, where's my boy? Where's my boy? Look how they massacred my boy. All right. All right. Okay. It's fine. All right. Chantel, look, if you ever feel you're weak and you're about to get sucked into your old ways, just DM me. I'll send you pictures of my newly fresh ab etching surgery with my 8-pack. That's not porn. That's me. I'm a real guy. That's called friendship. Thank you, Trent. Trent, I love you. Trent, you the man. I love you, dude. We missed you, baby. All right. Listen here, Mike Neski. Yes, I am. I'm doing it right now in front of God and everybody. All right. So where this video is literally titled "I Hate Mudahar." Damn. Oh my God. All right, so real quick, we're gonna watch this video to give you guys some context about the Mudahar situation, and then we're gonna move on. He wants to be friends with benefits to the chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Bat Derp. This is gonna be the downfall of me in 5 years. Camelot exposed for macking on Chantel in the chat. He's coming after Chantel. Thank you, Trent. Appreciate you, buddy. I missed you. Swift kiss to your penis. I mean, your penis. Camelot YouTuber and NASCAR driver claims he wants to send his abs to innocent victim in chat. I said if she politely asked, I would do it. Okay. I said I'm trying to help her mental state. I'm trying to help people. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help people. Okay. What makes you feel de-stressed? Abs. For women, abs. For men, fat asses. But platonically fat asses. Platonically fat. Like, I'm just saying, like, the sight of them. I see a fat ass and it's the same thing as like a slice of pizza. I'm just like, damn, it looks good. You know what I'm saying? Damn, it looks good. I would love to eat that. The pizza, I mean, not the cheeks. Maybe the cheeks. Depends on the cheeks. Hey, what's up, PS2? Oh my God. He says, Cody, full homo. You look good tonight. Well, it's the plastic surgery, my friend. Thank you. A lot of plastic surgery lately to make myself look acceptable to young women like Chantel. You know, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. We're almost to the 50s, bro. We're closing in on the 50s, as Rakin would say. See, you can tell by the coughing that I can't control. Thank you, PS2 Chipper. I love you. I love you. What are you curling these days? Bro, I'd never go past 35s. 35s for the rest of my life. I don't increase my curl. I just curl 35s. If we're talking dumbbells, like straight bar, I'll do like 50. But I don't ever go above that. My only thing I change is my bench, my squat, and my shoulder press. All right, boys, let's get into the sauce today. First order of business, Mudahar. Why did he leave the internet? What is he hiding? What is he lying about? Is he a fraud? How could he do this? We were all counting on you, Mudahar. Mudahar's not an engineer. I'm shocked. How could he? Bulk up, homie. We gotta get on that level. Chantel, what the hell are you saying right now? Damn you. Chantel's just saying shit. You gotta bulk up, bruh. Chantel, I'm trying. Look at me, Chantel. I'm trying to be attractive for you. Validate me. Steroids. It's all the steroids, all the Botox, all the BBLs. You can't hide it for too long, you know. Got that post-Nux clarity. You know what it was, Chati? Mudahar wore the amulet. He wore the amulet. He wore the damn Sonichu amulet. Mixed sellers, the reason you don't go above 35? Because there's no reason to. My biceps look great. What the hell am I going to do?
Responded to controversy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mutahar has responded to controversy.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Again, and again you will ask, where? He hasn't made a tweet. He hasn't posted a video. And once again, I will say, exactly. This time he's dipped into his video engineering expertise and is...
Uh-oh, he's an engineer now. Oh, by the way, this guy, his voice has hypnotized me. I like his voice. I have a really bad problem with people online and their voices sometimes. Like the foot lettuce guy. You guys remember the foot lettuce guy? Fuck, I hate that guy. And then everybody started to sound like foot lettuce guy for like a minute. Like every creepypasta had foot lettuce guy. Like sounding like foot lettuce guy. You know what I'm saying? He looked in his backyard and saw a shadow behind a tree. And he thought to himself, and I'm like, bro, I will kill somebody. Thank God that went away. Thank God. Okay. Thank you, Chantel. I appreciate that. I'm from Alabama, you know, it's the voice. It's very what do they call it? It gets them moist.
Made at least one video I cited a clip from disappear. IRL ghost stories, Tokyo's stalking ghost is now private, when it wasn't before my video went up. Did you enjoy watching it, Muta? It's a funny thought, but he probably just had someone mention it to him. The video, by the way, is available in full on the Wayback Machine. It's just a story about how when he worked in Japan for a little while, he heard some footsteps and it scared him. He claims in that vid he went to Aokigahara Forest to film, and then I pointed out that a few years later in a video he stated he went to Aokigahara Forest but without the intention to film. Pretty small thing, but apparently big enough for him to start hiding stuff. You could just say, oh, all the bits about the forest specifically are made up. Whatever. Instead, you privated it. What's going on, buddy? And I have to notice that in these IRL ghost stories, true tales from when you traveled just sensationalized a bit. More than once you've talked about your career.
Now, and I gotta say, a lot of what's going on with Mudahar right now is he sensationalized a lot of shit he did. And that got him in a pickle, right? Because when you do that, I threw up a little, but I swallowed it, so it's fine. When you do that, it'll come back to bite your cheeks when you got a lot of followers, right? You sensationalize it a little bit, and it come back to bite you. When it's funny, too, because who gives a shit? People feel betrayed.
For those of you who know what my occupation is in life, I am a video editor. I'm a post-production officer. So alongside with that, I get to edit a lot of stuff, but I also get to travel a lot whenever there's, big venues or gigs that, they need an editor on site. So, you fly down there, you cut up, and basically that's what you do. That's why I went down to Mumbai in the first place. It wasn't travel. It's basically work stuff. So I had a job going down in Dubai. And it carried over to Saudi Arabia.
Something a little bit weird to me is that the year before he told this story, he appears to have uploaded a video from that trip. He describes why he was there a little bit differently.
That being said, I'm out here for...
You know what's weird about Mudahar? This is unrelated, but Mudahar looks so much more Indian the younger he was. Like the older he gets, he just kind of looks like a normal guy. And I'm not saying like looking like an Indian is bad or anything, or looking like a normal guy is like preferred and or bad. I'm just saying like it's weird how like the older he gets, he like it feels like he's losing some of his traditional like, Indian traits. It's weird. I don't know how to explain that. Does that happen to everybody? Do I look less white? Like, you look old and sad.
And even some work-related reasons.
Out there for personal and even some work-related reasons. Curious, but no biggie, and that's really cool. and I'm really envious. That sounds incredible. I would have loved to have lived such a lifestyle. But I've got to ask another question. Can I see some of the stuff you worked on, please? Because he has actually bragged about his work in film and TV quite heavily, and not just in IRL ghost story videos, in case you think those are just totally made up. In 2015, he uploaded a video absolutely shitting on someone for trying to crowdfund for their gaming channel. Fair enough, that's funny. I'd do the same. But he goes on this weird fit where he uses his entire family's credentials to prove how different to these guys he is, how he's worked to earn everything, and that everyone in the Anus family works hard because they're passionate.
Do what makes you passionate, because my dad is a doctor.
All right, so this next part is kind of cringe because Mudahar, he goes on this like tirade about how successful his whole family is, and it's because they're all like passionate and badass, and that's good and well, and I don't have a problem with that at all. But like, it kind of feels like when you're at a party and you're drinking a little, and like that one guy comes up to you and all he does is talk about how great he is for like 10 minutes. So yeah, dude, I went to Harvard, but I like dropped out because I was just like too smart. And then I started dating like this Playboy bunny for like 2 years, but she said my PP was way too big and it hurt. So then I went and started like a movie, but then they kicked me out like 2 weeks into the shoot. So I actually am not listed as any credits and stuff. And then like, you know, I bought a few Ferraris and then I ran a Ferrari dealership for a while, but then I thought it was like lame and stuff. And I decided to live off the land. So I got rid of all my money because money's like gross and stuff. And, you know, now I just work at Target. I'm like, I feel like you just lied about it. Listen, I don't think any of that was true, but it's completely fine. It's all your fault, me puppet. 58 months, my man. Oh, by the way, we're halfway to Naked Snake. I didn't even notice that, dude. Oh, my word. Actually, I'm wrong. There were $2 in there. Thank you, man. Hell yeah. Paul, there it is. 233 out of 500. All right. Uh-oh, Chantel is popping up in the chat. What is she saying? She's saying some bad opinion, probably. Let's see what she got. She says, money is the root of all kinds of evil. Always be guarded. My dad changed hard after he opened up a dispensary. All about money now. Money's dark for most. Now, for one, yes, kind of. But here, like, it depends. It depends on the person. I think it's very individualistically based because I've had like a couple $100,000 in my savings at one point, and I've had like negative 14,000. This is all in the last year. It's been a very awful year, but it's all because of racing. It's not technically not my money. It's like sponsor money, you know. So, and I've always been like, whatever, you know. So, I guess it depends. It depends on if you have a really addictive personality, and I just don't, bro. I just don't. I'm not addicted to nothing at all, not even a little bit. Like, there's nothing that really has its hold on me. You know what I'm saying?
Guys, my dad is probably one of the world's fucking greatest doctors. He's worked on the Ebola cure. He's worked on God knows what. He's worked with WHO. He
said his dad basically cured Ebola. Very interesting.
An open heart fucking surgeon, dude. He is a fucking decorated individual. And the reason he's a decorated individual is because he was passionate about what he did.
All right, dad cured Ebola and is the best open heart surgeon in the world.
You know, my mom, she's a fucking microbiologist. Why? Because she was passionate about what she did.
Mom's a microbiologist. Yep, that totally owns those lazy gamers.
My uncle teaches, you know, at the University of North fucking Carolina as a fucking theoretical physicist.
The University of North fucking Carolina. UNFC, University of North fucking Carolina.
It's because he is passionate.
Uncle was a professor of theoretical physics because he had that passion these gamers don't have.
My aunt works at IBM working on the Titan supercomputer because she's passionate about what she does.
Mudahar's got, where's the money? Mudahar. I want some of the money. Okay. Let me tell you about my family, Mudahar. My father is a welder. My mother is a mother. And they live in the trailer park I grew up in. That's the end of the story. The rest of my family are meth heads. And they're all dead. Literally all of them. It's pretty sad, actually. Granted, grew up in Alabama. Know what I mean? Like I grew up in Alabama in a trailer park. That's the extent of my story. And I will also say that my parents are the best parents on the face of the earth. And I would have it no other way. because it's why I am where I am today, streaming to 200 people. Come on now.
Ant worked on the Titan supercomputer. Now, what's the cherry on top? What does Mutahar have to blow all this away with?
I work as an editor in movies and TV down in LA, Tokyo, fucking Dubai, Paris, because I'm passionate about what I do.
Goddamn, a regular globetrotter.
He has done it in fucking Dubai. Not even normal Dubai. Fucking Dubai, bro.
I see some of the stuff you've worked on, please. I genuinely just want to see it. I'm interested. And he was saying this in 2015. He started studying film in 2013.
2015? My man, you had to go back pretty far for that. Mudahar, 10 years ago.
And that's after already having had an engineering career.
I mean, I've taken the biggest risk when I switched from my engineering career all the way out to my, film and television career. And it's a career I love a whole.
See, Mudahar did this all with tact, and this is what's coming and biting him on the cheekies, right? So here's what happened. He was using tact. He did this on purpose. He said he switched from his engineering career to a film editing career, which is gonna imply that he was an engineer that had a career. When you're in school for a semester working on a bachelor's, and you've been there for half a semester, that's not your engineer career. That's college. You know what I'm saying? And he did this with tact because he embellishing a little. Hey man, we all do it kind of, right? We all do it kind of. Billy says in the chat all the time that he doesn't even like women. And I'm like, Billy, I see how you look. I see how you look at women. Your eyes glazed over. You know what I'm saying? And then you walk up to him and you're like, dude, check out this Steam Deck. I see. You're trying to woo them with the Steam Deck. And it works.
A lot more rather than my old life, whereas I was living really in a dead-end job.
How'd you pull it off? Do you just have cracked connections? Genuinely would just love to know. It seemed like you've done something. You got these Make-A-Wish looking pics of yourself at an audio console saying that's you at work. I see a mention back in 2014.
The Make-A-Wish God, why you got to call it the Make-A-Wish picture? That's fucking the Make-A-Wish picture. Brutal.
In being on set and unable to stream. You posted the next day about being done with the shoot and shared a picture, but you let people know later that's just from a student production.
Oh, that's me. We were filming. That's actually from a student production I was doing in school.
So whatever, I'm guessing it's not going to be something you want to show off. But in 2015, when you were bragging to put someone else down, you did show something off. A YouTube video, you, the man who flies all the way around the world to work as a post-production officer on film and TV, we're proud of. Remember, he popped off with this.
I work as an editor in movies and TV.
This is kind of funny. I'm going to explain the why it's funny for me. Because he led up this conversation. He led this whole thing with, like, my aunt is a badass. She's an astronaut. She discovered Mars. My grandfather invented the heart. My father is an 8-time all-star running back for the Chiefs. And then he's like, and this is what I do. And then it's just like a YouTube video. Look, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, fuck, that's cool. It's just kind of like, and this is what I do. And then it's like a poor like macaroni painting. It's macaroni painting. It's like, see how badass this is? I'm like, yes. You did very good, Moody. You did good. We're proud of you. Now, please go sit back at the kids' table. We will hang it on the fridge. Amateur at 230K subs. Cody has to take Billy to the stripper club. Dude, that would be fun. Although, if I took Billy to the stripper club, which is what they're called, stripper clubs, then the strippers will definitely go after his little ass. And I feel like that's like wrong. That's just wrong. You ever been to a strip club? Be like, I'm just saying, they're going to see Billy and they're going to be like, I see his Steam Deck. We're fucking going after that dude. That's what's going to happen. Billy likes when I roast him, by the way, everybody. He likes this. This is my love language. See, he said he'd be too occupied with his games in the strip club. He'd be showing the strippers how Elden Ring looks on his Steam Deck. It's in 4K, you say. Thank you, Amateur. But no, nah, man. I never get hit on at strip clubs. It's really upsetting. I got my titties are too thick. They're like, no, we don't like thick titties here, boys.
Down in LA, Tokyo, fucking Dubai, Paris, because I'm passionate about what I do.
And then he shows an example of recent work on YouTube he's really proud of and had to work very hard on.
I wanted to kind of make it like a really popular, not like a popular one, but like a popular, like looking one. You know how they have it all professionally made, right? You know, with like a lot of effort put in. I didn't fucking sit together and just half-ass out a top 10 list. No, I sat there for like 2 or 3 days nonstop.
So if you are following, grandmother discovered Pluto, father built the rocket that got her there, grandfather was on the Titanic and saved everybody. And he's like, and this is what I do. It's a top 10 list. It's funny. Come on. It's kind of funny, right? It's just a little funny. I'm not shitting on my man. It's just kind of funny. That's like me saying all these things as a leading up to me saying, and this is what I do. And then it's just a video of me being like, GameStop is bad and I hate all of them. You know, you'd be like, are you gay or something? And I'd be like, yes. Yes, I am, Chantel. Chantel is talking shit about strippers. Listen, Chantel, I support sex work. Being a stripper is scary. Explain, Chantel. Explain yourself to me, Chantel. Also, supporting it's horrible. Yeah. Wait, from your experience. Whoa. Oh, Chantel, from your experience, what does this mean? From your experience, Chantel? What does that mean? What do you mean, Chantel? Do you have something you'd like to tell the class, Chantel? All right. Anyways. My grandmother invented the heart, bro.
And this video is going to show
recording it, editing it, putting it together because I wanted to reach the top and I wanted to fucking put myself, you know, I wanted to
prepare yourself here, okay?
Make something.
This is the kind of passion and talent that gets you flown out to Tokyo, Mumbai, LA, Dubai.
This console
and I enjoyed making
by Tiger Electronics.
I fucking enjoyed every second of making it.
Damn, dude, how many hours of those days you worked on it did it take to figure out how to make an image do this in Vegas?
The founder and CEO.
You know, I enjoyed recording multiple bouts of gameplay and having fucking fun.
Multiple bouts of gameplay, more than one recording session. This
revolutionary editing on Mudahar's part, you know. And look, again, disclaimer, not shitting on Mudahar here. It is kind of funny though. Like I made a top 10 list, which to be fair in 2015 is kind of, you know, big deal. Charitard says his granddad was selling magic carpets in Calcutta. Oh, come on, man. Come on, Charitard. Have heart. Have some heart, Charitard. How could you? How could you? By the way, Trent Westbrook, I love you, dude. Thank you, Charitard, you beautiful bastard, you. Working in the strip club is scary. Lots of traffickers, lots of wealthy people, lots of women go missing, especially First Nations. Native women. That's what you are, aren't you? You native woman. I lost my cousin and friend. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm just saying jokes, and you're pouring your heart out to me, Chantel. I apologize. Just you're pouring out some very terrible things, and I'm just laughing at Chantel being a bad person. I apologize.
Stamina of his international producer is unmatched.
That was such a raving success, right?
That's what I do. That's what I do.
I feel like he's like trolling here because this is kind of cringe, right? Like he's definitely trolling. That's what I do. GTA 5 gameplay. Let's go. Like you can't preface it with everybody in my family has invented, you know, galaxies, and I made a top 10 list of Grand Theft Auto. You know, I mean, come on. I think he was trolling here. I think he was a little bit of troll, a little bit of satire.
An artiste, a visionary, not like these other frauds.
But these fucking people look at it like greenbacks, dineros, dollars, money back.
No, Mutahar was making listicles for the passion of it. Look, Mutahar, I smell secrets. What's the real deal with all of this? You got crazy connects or something? You certainly were not being flown around based on your talents. And even after that, you would use your credentials as a video editor to bolster your arguments and points.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to tell you, working as a video editor, that's exactly the kind of stuff you would do to push a narrative.
You have insinuated that people are being deceptive, but
I am also a video editor. Within the Ashes, what's up, boy? I feel like Muda stuff's a bit overblown, but that's just me. It feels like the internet saw a chance to jump on. Yeah, that's what I said before this. I was like, here's the thing, right? Within the Ashes. By the way, like the stream, you bastards. God, Chantel, what are you doing? Like the stream. So here's what's going on. If this was anybody else, no one would care. The issue is, when you're somebody Mudahar's size or Charlie's size or Mr. Beast's size, this kind of shit's going to bite your cheekies. You know, like kind of embellishing and lying a little bit. Like saying that you were an engineer. You know, that's going to come back to bite your ass. Because for one, engineering school, brutally hard. Like 3 or 4 of my close friends are all engineers of different like denominations, like electrical, mechanical, not civil. They aren't gay. That's a joke. That is a joke. It is a joke. You know, mechanical, chemical, electrical. They're all engineers. And I know firsthand that watching them almost die and like age 18 years in 3 years or 4 years, it's definitely hard work. So when you kind of like still that valor a little, it's going to piss people off. You know. Now, that being said, again, if it was me, which I would never do that because you ain't going to believe me saying I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer of them cheeks, maybe. But yeah, he's too large. You got 4 million subs. Yeah, you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree. I think it's a little overblown. But he says some dumb shit in these old videos, right? So engineers have no common sense, bro. Every engineer I know does not know their lefts from rights, nor do they can they do basic math. It's very interesting. You know, it's very, very interesting. So it is fine. It is totally fine. Engineers, these cheeks, he said. Yeah, what's up, buddy?
On the back of your credentials as a video editor. Like certain other claims you've made, you used this claim for years as a tool to convince people of things. Especially now that you're supposedly just a day trader. May we see your portfolio? Get a grasp of how legit what you were telling us was? Why did you hide the video where you said you filmed a documentary in Japan? Was that a lie? Or is it true and you're scared of people finding stuff? Is it shit and people will laugh when they see it? What's going on? Your stuff's all fresh and exciting to me. I've only ever seen your...
Yeah, so that's a great point. Somebody in the chat. Mick says he's making himself worse by privating stuff. Yeah, so 100%. Privating anything at all, worse. Deleting a thing, completely worse. The best thing Mudahar can do, and look, to be fair, again, it's not a big deal for somebody like me, but I understand the scope is way different. The perspective is way different when you are like you're basically, Mudahar is like, there was 3 creators, right? There was Mudahar, Charlie, Asmongold, probably, especially like 3 years ago. And when there was a commentary video, it was Mudahar and Charlie side by side, right? Those were like the 2 comment, like they would have every video coming out about every situation. 2 of them, Charlie and Mudahar. So the perspective is way different, you know. A lot of people, you think there's people that are parasocial about my ass? Shit. Multiply that by like 5,000. And then that's the people that's just more people that are going to be pissed. Right? Because now once you're caught lying, the only thing you can do is say you lied. So here's what Mudahar could totally do to diffuse all this, in my opinion. Release a video and the thumbnail is him smiling, like, and then it's just like, hey, there's a lot of videos coming out, talk of old content of me claiming I was an engineer, blah blah blah. I totally embellished a lot of shit, kind of lied to make myself look smarter. I totally did that. It was kind of dumb, but hey man, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Anyways, new video tomorrow, and then no one would care. They'd be like, oh shit. Right? Because the best thing you can do ever is when somebody claims you're bad, you just agree. Right? So what is what is something that people try to do when you argue politics, right? Depending on whatever side you're on, it doesn't really matter. Usually it comes down to moral arguments, but let's use the like liberal versus conservative argument. If you're online at all, liberals are going to claim that you are a bad person because you're conservative. You support not equal rights and you want people to be oppressed and blah 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 blah. And it's a way to diffuse whatever you're saying and just to make it a moral, you're a bad person. The best way you can diffuse that immediately is say, I am a bad person. So let's get back to the point. I do not care about these people. So let's get back to the point. And they are immediately like, oh, fuck, okay. Because the whole point is to get you to look bad. And if you just say, oh, I am bad, they're like, oh, well, fuck. Okay. That's the only thing you can do in these situations. So that you can determine to yourself whether this makes Mudahar a bad person. But he should just release a video and be like, I totally lied my ass cheeks off. And I did correct it in future like videos, but I never really thought about it again. But I totally did lie about that. Oopsie daisy. And then everybody be like, oh, okay. And then it'd be the end of it. You know what I'm saying? That, in my opinion. Charitard. A lot of engineers and call centers these days. Charitard's just going hard on my boy Muda. Come on, dude. Don't massacre my boy now. Look how they're massacring my boy. Massacring my boy. All right. Anyways. Yeah. The whole point is if anybody's trying to make you look like a bad person, just say, yeah, I am a bad person. Anyways, let's get back to the point. And they're like, oh, shit. Well, fuck. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying, Chantel, you just don't care? You just don't care about these people? If you just say, yes, I don't, they're like, oh. And then it's over. Because that's the whole point. It's to make you look bad. You're trying, I'm better. I'm morally superior. And then if you say, yes, you are, you're morally superior to me. They're like, oh. Then they feel like a dumbass because they're like, oh, shit, this was a stupid argument. Damn.
Heffel's video and little fragments of bits here and there, but that's all just you regurgitating shit you read somewhere else. All this more original stuff I see from you in the past has you looking like a giant bullshitter. Happy to be proven wrong about everything. I mean, I'm working to prove myself wrong. I reported you to Professional Engineers Ontario. I showed them the claims you made of being an engineer, and I showed them stuff like the ad you did for Intel, where you claimed to have been an engineer, and talked about testing hardware in the accompanying Facebook post. They got back to me and asked for evidence that you live in Ontario. I've given it to them, and I guess eventually we'll find out if it's an issue or not. See, I'm not just a hater, I'm testing claims other people have made. If they're
cringe
wrong about it being illegal, I'll make sure everyone knows what goes down. If they're
cringe
they're right about it being illegal, maybe you shouldn't have blocked people from saying engineer because it's actually you who can't say it. I genuinely...
This is where it gets into like, okay, it's getting a little cringe. I've talked to the authorities and they're going to get you. It's like, okay. All right, we're just fucking making YouTube videos, bro. That's, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is like, I told the police what you've done. We're going to find out. I reported your post. My post was a picture of a kitty. I reported your post because you're a Nazi. It's like, okay, all right. We're going to get you. You're going to get blocked. You're going to get banned, bro. I don't know. Like, I don't know how these things work, but in my opinion, if I was in some kind of law enforcement area and somebody was like, hey, Mudahar said he's an engineer, he lied. I'd be like, all right. You know what I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. They're going to get you. They're coming for you. They're coming for you. All right. Anyways, that was like that was the preface. That was like the before video, but here's the after video. So this has got a lot more information in it. I watched this one earlier today, and this is going to be a little bit more heavy hitting. Okay. So what's up, Daniel Robertson? There's a kilo of Colombian Bam Bam under the car. Hey man, what's how you doing, man? How you doing, buddy? Move back to Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia? Where the hell that is? I don't know. Bro, I'm not a geologist. I'm having fun today. Is everybody having a good time? Oh, do I look like I study rocks? Okay. Anyways, make sure you guys like the stream. We're 40 likes away from goal, and we're halfway to Naked Snake. 245 out of 500. Let's go.
That's the face that says I should have picked engineering in college.
For those of you unaware of current drama, it turns out Mutahar of Some Ordinary Gamers is a man who likes to tell stories about himself. Now, that in itself isn't a problem. I personally love to share stories about what I've been up to. But he has this habit of talking about the same thing multiple times in ways that give very different impressions. Just as a quick example before we get into today's topic, one of the main ones people have picked up on is how he talks about his education. In a 2019 stream, he was asked about his academic background.
Education background, asking because a lot of CS knowledge. Yeah, well, I did computer engineering when I went to college. That's what I did. And then
Yeah, he didn't. So this is see why this video hits a little harder, right? Because he didn't. Like he just did. He didn't. He did. Right. And now look, you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, maybe there's a story there. Well, there is. There is a story there. So the truth of the matter is he went to college for computer engineering, and then he dropped out immediately. But that part is always left out. It's just like, yeah, I went to school for computer engineering, therefore I graduated. You know, that's what that means. That's the whole point. Cheritard is not geologist, you're thinking a geographer. Yes, that was the joke. Cheritard. That's why I laughed after and said, I don't know about these rocks. Cheritard. That was the joke. Damn you. Damn you, Cheritard. Can't even live my life.
I switched my career to post-production film editing because it was just far more interesting and lucrative. I guess that adds.
So he said he switched his career, therefore implying that he did graduate and got a degree in engineering, and then he switched his career. And he repeats this a lot, but he does like talk about it later on and kind of clears it up. But I guess the damage is done, you know.
Anyways, though, I'm going to end the stream for tonight.
I would suggest that if you're asked about your educational background and you say you went to college for computer engineering, you are telling that person you got a qualification. In this case, because it was a live stream, he was telling the world that. But of course, elsewhere, you can find him saying he never got his degree.
You should totally ignore college. I don't use my degree.
Yeah, see, this is where he clears it up. And this was in 2021.
I haven't used it for like 6 years.
I didn't even get my degree, dude. That's the best part.
Yeah, nah, fuck college.
I remember the best part about high school was my 12th grade English teacher said that I would amount to a failure.
He's a guy who said what seems to be the truth in some places, if apparently inebriated enough, but is happy to paint a different picture when he's more on the ball. Oh, but technically he did go to college for it, for 1 semester. All right. Try pulling that with the people in your life and enjoy your reputation as a weird lying freak. And
weird lying freak. Mick Steller, no, Justin Ung says, I was talking about the dude in the other video. Also, there's different types of computer engineering. Yeah, so here's the issue. Because there's like software engineering, there's like, you know what I'm saying? There's a, engineering technologies, which is not a bachelor's, actually. You can get an engineering technology degree at a community college in a few semesters, right? Now, coincidentally enough, I've known people in my past, like when I was way younger, who claimed that they were engineers because they got a computer technology engineering degree, which is not an engineering degree. It's computer technology. You know, it takes like a year and a half or 2 years maybe to get a technologies degree. That is not engineering. So when you say I went into engineering, people assume mechanical, chemical, aerospace, electrical, 4-year colleges at prestigious engineering, universities, right? Because if you say engineer, that's what people think. If you're not a actual engineer, you would say, I do computer engineer. Only cybersecurity, you know? So Andrew Malice says you can be a software engineer without a college degree. Yeah, I'm pretty sure almost all my friends who are not even like two of my friends, one's a mechanical, one's electrical, both do like software engineering. They just had to have the bachelor's to get into the company's doors. It's really weird, actually. Now, and I'm probably not explaining it very well because I don't work in the field, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
Another area of his life he seems to have done this in, but I haven't seen anyone picking up on, is his past interest in the military. In 2023, Mutahar was asked about his ability to speak French, and he said this.
I can speak it, like if you put a gun to my fucking head.
Why would you have to put a gun to Mudahar's head for him to speak a little French? You know? It's like, I don't want to do it. Hey, speak a little French. Nah, I don't want to. How about now? You're like, fuck, bonjour. You know? No. Oh, oui. Bonjour. Croissant, please. You know? Like, I don't want it right now. Oh, I would never speak French without the threat of death. If you threaten me with death, I might speak a little, you know. Sacre bleu. What is it on Dexter's Lab? What does he say? Fromage. What is that weird clip from Dexter's Lab? That's such a kind of a creepy show when I think back on it. Omelette du fromage or something. And he keeps saying it, and it's like sexy sounding. Omelette fromage. Oh man, Muda's so full of it. Looking back, yeah. Cheese fromage. Give me some of that cheese. Omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage. I remember. 5 members out of the 100 for the 5 milk goal, 245 out of 500 for the naked snake goal. We're halfway there. Get on it. Doggone it. All right.
Actually, no, I know enough. Like, I could get by speaking French because there was a period of my life where I was joining the Royal Air Force here, like the Canadian Air Force here. And if you join a government like military position, you have to know both languages.
See, this is what happens when you're online for a long time. Right. So if your life is like completely online and you have just a tiny small tendency to embellish a little, that shit adds up over time. You know, say there was a time where I was actually going to join the Air Force, the Royal Air Force. Well, they were going to make me speak the French. Bonjour. Jason. You know, there was a time where I was going to be a Royal Air Force pilot. And they said, you have to speak French. And I was like, oh, bonjour. Oh, oui. I'm going to do fromage. Jason. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Kind of, so.
Turns out that Mutahar, the engineer and globe-trotting film producer, was also joining the Royal Air Force.
Military is like, this is like way back in the day. Like, this was like before high school. And
what? He does clarify.
This never happened.
Fair enough. I'll believe him on that.
But like the only reason I looked at the Air Force is like I couldn't afford university and I wasn't going to go through a loan. So I was like,
oh, when he said he was joining the Royal Air Force, he meant he was fantasizing about doing that as a way to pay for a degree. Because at the time, before high school, he couldn't afford university and didn't want to take a loan. But didn't happen, never tried to do that, whatever. It was just a pre-high school fantasy. That on its own, I guess, is whatever. But there's something a bit weird here going on. A couple years earlier, talking to Dr. K of Healthy Gamer GG.
Yeah, see, that's the issue. It's like, I thought about going into the military when I was, I think, 17, maybe. And I mean, I thought about it for like 1 second. Because one of my friends was in the military, and it was kind of like romanticized a little because they went to like Egypt. And I was like, that'd be cool to go to Egypt. And I was like at work one day, and I was like, I wonder what, like, how to, like, if that's a viable option. And I thought about it for 30 seconds, and I was like, nah, I'm fat. And then, so that was it. But that's like me coming back now and being like, yeah, there's a time where I was like, you know, in the process of joining the military and going to Egypt and shipping out. But then I decided, you know, it wasn't for me. When in actuality, I literally just thought about it kind of for a second. You know what I'm saying? That is the issue. Yeah, remember the boop, right? So that's the funny part. It's like, you know, your grandma invented Mars, your father, you know, made the first synthetic heart, cured cancer. They got to be billionaires, right? Like at this point, can't afford a degree, you know. So, Leku, fucking Leku. Dude, I'm still thinking about it. Bitch, Chantel, you are like 40. What are you talking about? You're thinking about joining the Air Force. Chantel, it's over. Okay. I thought about it recently too. And I Googled it. And it was like, bro, you are so old. Leave. Leave now and never come back. That's what they told me. You want to be a sailor? You want to be a sailor, Chantel? All right. Somebody ban Chantel.
He told a similar story. This time, though, it wasn't the Royal Canadian Air Force, but the Army. He says it was after high school, and he says he did actually apply.
After high school, it was just, I actually applied to the Army, but, you know, that didn't go anywhere. And eventually, I just worked. I went to university for computer sciences, and that's it.
To be clear, in this interview, he does clarify that he was a dropout.
When I thought when I got into...
Damn, man, there's a lot of conflicting stuff going on, huh? Air Force, Army, applied, didn't apply, thought about it, kind of thought about it. French. A lot of stuff going on.
University for a while, and I dropped out like a semester in because I was like, okay, no, I'm not doing... Because University of Toronto, like the first semester that you went in, you paid this crazy amount.
There's a slightly questionable thing here as well, though. He explains to Dr. K that the reason he dropped out was that school's very, very expensive, and at the same time, he was getting more work on the side. So he had to choose, does he pursue that, or does he pursue school?
At this point, I started, you know, getting more work on the side. I started building up a career, so I was like, wait a minute, do I choose to go through this university path, which will work for me, or to go on the career path? That's when I realized, like, okay, I'm on that tightrope.
But at the time, his explanation was significantly different. He would frequently thank his YouTube viewers for enabling him to get off the path he was on, one he found depressing. Not because he was making the calculation he was presenting to Dr. K, but because it simply wasn't what he wanted to do.
What else did I have forward to look to in my life? Future of a menial job and whatnot, you know, just becoming the standard 9-to-5 guy. No, at this point, you guys have made me change my entire career path. I am on my way to become what I want to be, a documentary filmmaker. All right, I'm on my way to become one of those. All right.
And he didn't simply leave education to pursue a career. He wasn't simply dropping education for work. He still needed a different education. He went to film school instead, which was his passion. I don't know, I think if I was talking to someone about this, I would have brought that up. A minor point, sure, but why did none of his stories ever stay the same? On that topic, Dr. K asked him what work he was doing in high school.
And so you said you were working in high school. What kind of work did you do in high school?
Just computer work early in. That's what I was doing. You know, your basic like part-time work, nothing, you know, substantial. I was also a student at the time, and in fact, a lot of my work really ended up being just like basic community service work, just to rack on the hours.
That all sounds fine, doesn't it? But he's told that story before.
I was basically finishing up my, you know, high school diploma and everything. And at the time, you know, I worked a little computer programming job. I worked as a pen tester, you know what I mean? Like I got into the whole thing early. I had a couple connections. It's a pretty important job, and I was good at it. I made a fair amount of money at it, and you know, if I still did that job, shit, I'd be, you know, a lot more richer than I would be, you know, at any point in time. But bottom line is I used to work a job like that out. And that was one of the careers that I had.
I guess now that's just become a little part-time job, and he mostly did community work. Back in the day, though, he was using that experience to make claims like this to hundreds of thousands.
Interesting. Billy says, Muda kept changing the story all the time, but I wonder if he will admit he fucked up or not. I have doubts. Now, here's my opinion. I think Mudahar is a relatively smart dude, and I also think he knows how to navigate stuff like this a little bit better than, like, say, Joey Swole, who does not at all know how to navigate shit like this. I expect, this is what I expect. I don't know if this is going to happen, but this is what I would assume is going to happen. What I expect, Billy, is Mudahar will come out with a video talking about this, and he will kind of admit to everything and be like, yeah, I goofed, I embellished a lot. You you know, and it's kind of dumb, but you know, I just had a tendency to just say shit back in the day and whatever, and you know, I'm older now and whatever, but yeah, I totally did all those things, and yeah, it's stupid. But hey, man, I don't really care, right? And that would probably be fine. You know, that's what I expect. Now, if he goes and starts to attack every single point, like a lot of YouTubers have the tendency to, like, what is his name? What is that guy's name? Gerard, the completionist. Like, if you make a video trying to like refute every single claim across the board and like be like, oh, actually, what I was saying, well, actually, then you're fucked. Yeah, you're fucked as hard. You're screwed. So best thing you can do is to release a video, be like, yeah, I did all those things. Had a tendency to kind of embellish shit because I was dumb. And I kind of still have that tendency, but I'm working through it, you know, because I'm kind of insecure about how people think about me. But, you know, I'm old. Who cares? And also, I don't really care about any of that shit. It doesn't really matter in my life. It doesn't really affect anything. So, yeah, I did it, and whatever. It's over. You know, kind of like that, maybe. I'm not really explaining it very well, but that's kind of like, you know, thing. Thank you, Billy. And the reason I think that's going to happen is because if you go to any of his recent videos, which it's been like a week now, if you look at like a Mudahar video, like all the comments are just fucking roasting his ass. And to be fair, they're roasting him in like a comedic way. They're not like, I fucking hate you. They're like just joking. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's the end of the world. So, in my opinion. I bet Gerard feels real good about the Carl Jobs thing, Erikias, doesn't he? I bet he feels real good about that. Watching Carl like kind of just deal with the shit with Billy. You know, Billy, I forget his last name. Billy, the Donkey Kong guy. Billy, something. It is funny to watch him turn based overnight. Like every one of his tweets are hilarious. Billy Mitchell, every one of his tweets are hilarious. And I'm just like, no. So yeah, apparently they used my interview with Carl in the actual like case against the defamation. Oops. I don't know what it was about, but they apparently used my video for some reason. I was like, oops, I don't know what happened.
Thousands of people.
Guys, I'm a computer, like I'm a cybersecurity expert. I've worked in the business. I know what I'm doing, all right? And this is why I always give a disclaimer. Be careful, all right? Let the professionals handle it. I'm a professional. I got this.
A lot of people aren't bothered. They don't think it's weird. He was just a baby. He was merely a freshly 21-year-old toddler. He's surely grown out of it. Me, I think it's weird as fuck. And back to the topic of this video after that tangent. There's another thing I find...
So he's a cybersecurity expert. So these are like, we have like 10 or 12 claims now of things that he is, you know, an expert in, kind of.
Weird as fuck. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone recorded one of his streams and re-uploaded it. The stuff you'll see on the desktop is whatever that guy was doing. In this broadcast, he talks about his plan to go into the military, but he starts the story in a way I find very, very strange.
Let me just give you this scenario, okay? Like real quick. This is sort of my, if I was in engineering.
If he was in engineering? What the hell does that mean? Oh, maybe he was saying if I wasn't in engineering, I'd go into the military. No, this is about how he was going to get his engineering degree.
One of the things that I was actually doing one day was like, before college or anything, I actually thought about, you know, going into the military and shit. And when you go into the military, I was planning on going to the military to like study engineering.
But that didn't work out, he said to Dr. K. He said he didn't want to take a loan. So instead, was he just going to pay out of pocket for an engineering degree with his side gigs? What is happening here? I'm happy to be shown I'm just misunderstanding things and I'm lacking information. In fact, I'd love to hear the story because it sounds like it must be incredible. You can say he has a right to keep things private, but that's not quite right. He did, but he chose not to. He chose to blab endlessly about his life, actually, to an audience of thousands upon thousands of people. People aren't climbing in his...
He has more jobs than Johnny Sins. My man. My man. My man. How could you? How could you betray all of us that loved you? How could you? I'm so upset right now. I'm just heartbroken, dude. Just heartbroken. How could you take advantage of me, Mudahar? Oh my God. If I had to pick 10 to 12 things I am, most would be insults people have called me consistently over time. Yeah, dude, same. Real quick, where are we at? Let me pull it up. We're officially halfway to Naked Snake. One pink boy from a rainbow nut. 245 away. Thank you guys. Appreciate you, Billy. Love you, dude. Love you, Trent Westbrook. All my boys here, Kai's. You got to know who you is. Appreciate you guys. Say it ain't so, Muda. I will not go get my degree. Pretty sure the guy who just called me telling me I won 3,000 on the Apple gift card was. All right, okay, all right. Calm down now. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. What's up, Duck Dangerously? Hey, indeed. Cheritar says, dude's really invested in old Muda. Probably lies on applications for a living. It's pathetic. You talking about Muda lies on applications for a living? Well, nah, he probably hasn't put an application in a long time. You know? So there's that at least. Thank you, Cheritard. I love you, dude. Cheritard. I mean, who doesn't lie on applications, though? There's no downside, Cheritard. There's no downside. Okay? There's no downside to lying on applications. Amateur says, to be fair, he's the type of guy you typically run into the military full of shit, but actually, like, we know. Yeah. He's a bullshitter, yeah. And the thing you cannot afford to be on the internet, especially as a large creator, is a bullshitter. Can't do that. Because people will find out and they'll come for you. They'll come for you. Thank you, Amateur. Appreciate you. I love you. I appreciate you so much for all your love. All your love. Keep in mind, we're about to move on to Lil Tay. It has been so fun watching people online fall for the fake Lil Tay pictures and think that she's posting porn everywhere. It's, oh my God. And they're so confidently wrong about it. You'll see what I say, what I'm talking about in a minute. But for context, Lil Tay started an OnlyFans, made $1 million immediately. People are mad at it. Whether the reason is, it's whatever. Some people are mad because porn's evil. Some people are mad because she's only 18. Therefore, people waiting till she turned 18 or groomers or whatever. I don't fucking know. Anyways, she made the OnlyFans, and it's funny because it's very obviously a troll. She makes an OnlyFans, makes money, doesn't post anything other than just normal pictures of her standing there, and then everybody just gets scammed. And it's funny. Scamming degenerate dudes is kind of funny. But people online swear that her nudes are on X right now. All you got to do is search for them, bro. They're there. Okay. They're there. I swear I've seen them. And it reminds me of like boomers seeing AI and they can't tell the difference between AI and like real. So obviously I'm like on X. So I just type in Lil Tay on X. And there are pictures on there, but they're like grainy, terrible Photoshop pictures of like a picture of a picture on a phone screen of a guy like half of his face, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And they're like, I saw it, it's real, bro. And I'm like, that's not real. And they're like, it's real. And I'm like, it's actually not. Her official account's right here. There's 22 photos right there. It's listed on the account. There has been nothing posted. You can go to the Reddit thread right now. There's been nothing posted. And they're like, it's real. I saw it. And I'm like, so when you see the two veterans with their legs cut off in the middle of the street, and it's like, please lock this, it's my birthday. Like, you think that's real, right? When you see the little kid that like built an entire motorcycle out of wood in like Africa, and it's definitely totally not AI, you think that's real too? That's what I feel like when I see this shit. So anyways, we'll get into that in a minute. Let's finish this video.
Damn walls. They're asking about public media he published. And Mutahar himself has warned against trusting people who claim expertise on the internet.
Assassin's Creed Shadows, a game that has so much controversy right now. Tons of grifty accounts online fell for this one fucking person lying about their, credentials as a Japanese university historian expert. Even though it took 5 seconds to Wayback Machine their account and
Yep, good tip. Thanks, Mudahar. I used it. Other tools as well are very useful for checking these things.
figure out, oh, they were just some random white guy from, some part in Indiana. Okay, some random dude on the internet. And even if you took their Japanese name, put it into like the Tokyo University or whatever university they claim to be, you couldn't even find that person.
Another good tip. There's a tool that works just like that for engineers in your province. You plug someone's name in to see if they're licensed.
See, people don't even want to do the bare minimum of research. Nobody wants to do even 5 minutes of research. But they'll believe anything an account says.
So fucking true. Thank you, Liltay. By the way,
Damn, son. Damn, son. Damn.
I've seen some people say he never claimed to be working as an engineer. Personally, I get a different impression from statements like this from 2023.
As an engineer, if I show up to my office and I fuck up, okay, I don't have a job anymore.
I'm sure the guy who calls...
Hold on, let's go back.
From 2023.
As an engineer, if I show up to my office and I fuck up, okay, I don't have a job anymore.
See, now we're back to him saying he's an engineer. It's very strange because this is kind of recent, I'm pretty sure. It's 2023. So, like, there's videos of him saying he went to university and then he dropped out after a semester. And then there's, like, videos later on of him saying, if I'm at work as an engineer, I get fired. Unless he's, like, saying vaguely that anybody that's an engineer, but he used a royal, like, I don't fucking know if that's a thing. I'm just saying shit. Right? No. At any rate. By the way, 22 likes from 200. Halfway to Naked Snook. Let's see where we're at, actually. 265 out of 500. Oh my god.
I'm sure the guy who calls himself an engineer every 2 seconds and tells everyone YouTube isn't his job, he has a real one, was purely talking hypothetically. Let's hop back to that other clip. And he explains why, even if someone making such claims hasn't done something wrong yet, there's always a future threat if they're accepted as an authority and no one checks.
Now imagine with generative AI taking the extra steps to, bulletproof this account and make it look even more legitimate. You could actually go beyond just goofing on Assassin's Creed Shadows and turn it into serious misinformation. Imagine an actual piece of misinformation suddenly showing up on national news, international news, spreading like wildfire. And it was not until the actual bomb blows that people start correcting themselves. That's a serious issue. And that's something that I think people need to watch out for going forward.
Damn straight. You got to catch things early, check them, and get them straightened out. Because, people have asked, well, what has he said that's wrong? And I have no idea. That's the problem.
You know what this reminds me of? Virilis. This reminds me of people that call themselves a hacker because they hit forgot password on like their friend's account and like guess the security questions. And now they're a hacker. Right? That's what this reminds me of. Or like there was this weird trend back in the day, a few years ago, or maybe only a year or two ago, where people would like, I guess, have their wife's or husband's phone or something, and they would go into their Facebook and then like post a status that says, LOL, hacked your phone, love you, honey. Like you hacked it by just like literally holding it, I guess. I don't fucking know. HTML for dummies, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. I've just hacked, bro. I've been hacking for years. Years.
As a layman listening to him, if he said something wrong, I would believe it's true. Well, just check it for yourself. What, just nip out, get an education real quick so I can be sure that I understand what I'm looking at? Nah. Deceptive claims of expertise or credentials or experience are a problem in and of themselves. And you just heard Mutahar lay out a much stronger case for that than I will. And I'm sure any day now, he'll clear all this up, and I'll cover that as well.
He needs to come out. He needs to come out. Damn you, Smash, get off my screen. He needs to come out and say, yeah, I totally did all those things. It's kind of dumb, but, I was a dumb, blind kid, and yeah, I don't really care. It's in the past, But I definitely did not finish school, and I'm not an engineer. Even though I have said in the past or implied I was one, I was totally lying or embellishing to try to be based. Whatever. I don't care. I totally did those things, though. Because if you try to fucking, like, weasel your way out of it at all, you're going to get crucified, bro. Or if you, like, overtly apologize, like you cry. Like, if you do the YouTuber sigh, you're fucked. You're fucked. You're fucked. Just say, yeah, dude, I did all those things. Hey, man, sometimes you do stupid shit when you want people to like you. That's what you do. I bet you Camelot doesn't have the balls to rename this stream. Welcome to the... No, I do not. I have 0 balls. 0 balls. Irakias, being a hack is not the same as being based. You should have commented, bro. You need to comment that on Mudahar's video. That'd be funny. It's a joke. It's a good joke. It's a great joke. Very proud of you and your jokey ways. Love you, dude. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? He so gets it. All right. Thank you, Eric Hayes. I love you, dude. Appreciate you. Orange boy in the pocket of the redneck. 215 to go. Pink boy till the rainbow night. Can you feel it in your bones? I feel it in my ass. Also, memberships were 5 out of 100. If we do hit 100, I will gift 10 memberships like last time. I only have $8, so that's what you're getting. So beggars can't be choosers. Thank you, Eric Haas. We love you, baby. We appreciate you. You are the man. Thank you, buddy. All right, Iroquois. Let us talk about Lil Tay. So that's the Mudahar story. I do expect Mudahar to come out and hopefully do it in the way I would do it. And that's me saying, yeah, I did that shit. That, it's kind of stupid, but whatever. I'll tell you, it's stupid. Who cares? I'm not an engineer. I may have implied I was in the past. Kind of stupid. But whatever. Fuck it. I'm not an engineer. And also, look at all these delicious subs. Eat my ass. I don't know if that would work, but as you can see, he has not uploaded a video in a week, and he uploads daily videos. By the way, so Mudahar has been uploading daily for like years, and he just stopped as soon as this shit happened. And if you look at the comments for his videos, of course, he has plenty of dislikes, which actually this amount of dislikes is not devastating. But every single one of the comments is just roasting his ass. But they aren't like hateful at all. They're just like joking. Ho ho ho. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's easily something you can come back from. Would you race for Tesla if they had a competitive race program? I mean, like in what auto sport? Right? I don't know. What the hell does that mean, Bat Derp? I don't even know what that means. That's a long anagram there. That's not the right word. Abbreviation? Anagram? What's the word? When there's like letters. Alabama. All right. Beep beep beep. Thank you, amateur. I love you, dude. Appreciate you, baby. Amateur. He's an amateur, he says. We got an amateur in the chat. Everybody point and laugh. Okay. So let's move on to Lil Tay. The Lil Tay thing is actually very interesting. Acronym. Hey, Mixteller. Thank you, baby. That's the correct word. So, Peaks, Pike, Hill Climb? No, I've never thought about that before. Never have thought about it before. Beep, beep, beep. I've seen it, though. I've watched it. I've watched like little events like that. The Pike's Peak, but I've never like had the urge to do it. All right, so moving on to Lil Tay. The Lil Tay information's fun. And the reason I have to say it's fun is because people are trying to confirmation bias it into existence. The people that are angry at a certain aspect of it are trying to claim that it's just happening when it's not. And that's probably the best part of it, because you get to see people being so confidently wrong about what is actually happening. And I'm actually kind of enjoying it. Anjali, just showing love. Got no extra shite to talk right now. Love you, baby. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 33 months. Oh my God. Oh my God. 20 likes until 200. Oh my God. All right. So let's start off the show, boys. So I'm gonna do this first. Hold on. Let us do this first. So Lil Tay. So Lil Tay made $1 million. So Lil Tay turns 18 years old, makes an OnlyFans. Okay. Oh, this is terrible. How reprehensible behavior. She, in 3 hours, makes $1 million and talks about it online. Now, you have to understand something. There's a reason why she's posting this screenshot. It's because she's like, LOL, look how much money these dumb bastards gave me. Okay? Keep in mind, she has not posted anything on OnlyFans. Not at this point, anyway. So, she's made $1 million. She's breaking OnlyFans records. And the reason some people are grossed out about it is because, wow, she's only 18. She just turned 18. And that means all these people paying $1 million, the $1 million that came in, from you being just turning 18 means people were interested before you turned 18. And that's totally valid. But we're not talking about the degenerate dudes that are trying to see you're naked. We're not talking about those guys at all. We're talking about what Lil Tay's intentions are. Lil Tay's intentions are completely trolling. If you have ever followed Lil Tay in the past, I watched like a mini documentary about her and all of her escapades. Lil Tay's entire career was trolling the fuck out of everybody. She faked her death at one point. She claimed she was a prisoner. She claimed that her family was making her do content creation, and she was like getting instructions off camera, and they were beating her and shit. None of this was real, by the way. All fake. All of it was fake. And at one point, she deleted everything off of her Instagram and then uploaded a picture that said help. And everybody's like, oh my God, she's in trouble. No, she was fucking just trolling the fuck out of everybody because it worked. So lo and behold, Lil Tay comes out of nowhere, turns 18, launches an OnlyFans, makes $1 million. And people are like, how dare men want to see her naked? Okay, that's one part of it. The other part of it is people are acting as groomers. That's one part of it. The other part of it is porn is bad. The fact that women can, the moment they turn 18, say they're going to do porn and they're going to do porn, right? So here's the kicker. So here's my theory. And this theory may be proven wrong in the coming weeks, but this is my theory knowing about Lil Tay's past. She makes an OnlyFans. She makes a lot of money. She posts a few pictures of her standing there, maybe in a swimsuit, maybe. And I'll say that's probably as far as this will ever go. Maybe in a swimsuit, she's going to make ungodly amounts of money and never post anything like lewd or nude. Just like the Catch Me Outside girl did. Now, here's the thing. The Catch Me Outside girl, if you ask people about her and her OnlyFans, people thought she did porn. People thought she showed nudes. She never did. She never posted any porn, any nudes at all. She just made millions of dollars. And she never posted anything. That's the issue, right? But people are like, oh, she totally did. Because people think OnlyFans is synonymous with porn. It's not. You can post pictures of vapes on OnlyFans. It doesn't matter what you post. Originally, OnlyFans was created as a way for content creators and celebrities to have a membership program, just like locals. That it was literally meant for that. But somehow it caught on to be like, look at my asshole. Right. And then that basically becomes synonymous with, and they kind of embraced it. Like OnlyFans kind of embraced it, even though they did threaten to ban porn at one point, which was really funny. But at any rate, so I posted about this today, and people are trying to will. They're trying to will this into existence and claiming that she's already posted gobs of porn. She has not at all. And I do not think she ever will, because again, it's a masterful troll to make money and to basically make people look stupid. I think Lil Tay is probably hyper intelligent and understands the normal people are just kind of brain dead. And that's true. Like, I'm brain dead as hell. So that being said, so Lil Tay makes her OnlyFans. This is her OnlyFans. And I mean, if you look at her description on her OnlyFans, it is, dude, it's so trolly, right? It's like, please don't tell my mom, freshly 18, made my birthday shots at 12:01. This is like, it's bullshit, dude. This is all bullshit to try to get to people to subscribe so she can win. Like, she's winning. It's a troll, and she's making money off the trolling. A lot of money, by the way. So anyways, here's what I said. I said conservatives are losing their shit over this because porn is bad, and liberals are losing their shit over this because Lil Tay is only 18. Neither understanding that she has not posted any nudes, or porn, and she will not be doing so. She is just scamming degenerates, which is funny in my opinion. And that is exactly what has happened so far. Now, if you go to this thread on my Twitter account, there's people claiming that she's posted porn, but she hasn't. There is none, but they're like vehemently like, yeah, she totally did. I've seen it. And I'm like, no, you haven't. It doesn't exist. And they're like, dude, just search for it. Just like search for it on X. And if you search for it on X, it pulls up grainy, photoshopped, poorly AI'd pictures that don't even look like Lil Tay, like with like stars over like random parts of the body, and it's grainy and zoomed in, and there's like pictures of phones and shit. It's bullshit. It's all, none of it's real. But they're like, I saw it. And it reminds me of those like old ass people that can't differentiate AI pictures online from like real life. They see like a little African kid like sculpted the statue of David out of wood, and they're like, damn, that kid's really talented. It's like, that's fucking AI. Not real, dude. It's not real. So at any rate, people are so confidently wrong about it, and it's been really fun to watch. Okay. Hang on, let me go do some research. Yeah, dude. Now, there is no real pictures of her. You want to know how I know about this? Okay. So how I know about this is Google. So if you don't know about like the OnlyFans world, just a little bit, okay? Because I've had female friends years ago that did OnlyFans, so I know a hair about it, just a hair, like not much. I've never subscribed to one because just Google it, you know. But you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? But at any rate, you can just Google the creator and a thread. Creator thread. Okay, so if you wanted to see Cowboy Juggernaut nude, and he had a OnlyFans, you would type in Cowboy Juggernaut OnlyFans request thread, and it would pull up a thread that like there's thousands of them, by the way. Depending on how popular the creator is, there's thousands of threads. They're on Reddit. There's multiple ones on Reddit. They're on other websites. They're everywhere. And what these threads are is it's people who monitor activity of certain OnlyFans or other accounts like YouTube and Instagram. It has it all on there, all their social media, to find out when they're posting shit, right? And it's not only about like porn. It's like if they're posting TikToks that are totally not even porn related, they're all on there. It's almost like an archive, right? There is like 5 of those, by the way. Yes, there's like 5 threads online of trying to find me nude. People don't like get it. Yeah, that when you're a content creator, it just happens. So, anyways, that being said, so you can find the Lil Tay. There's like 1,000 Lil Tay threads already, like 1,000, and you can literally click on the thread, and it will show you. It won't show you any images because they're like behind a paywall, obviously, but it will tell you if anything's been posted, and nothing's been posted. There are people right now complaining that she hasn't posted nudes, as if they thought that was going to happen. Like, are you shitting me? You thought that was going to fucking happen? You thought the master troll as a child grew up and just decided titties? No, totally gonna take that money and run, which is what I do. I probably show my balls. I'll be a little bit nice, you know. I don't want to rob you, but anyways. So yeah, the threads are all there, and they're all actively auto refreshing every minute. Nothing's been posted. But people on Twitter swear to God they've seen the nudes that millions of people have not seen yet that are paying for it. The random Twitter guy that's not paying for it, he's the lucky one that saw the Lil Tay nudes he searched so vehemently for. And so anyways, we're talking. And people keep claiming that they've seen the nudes on X. By the way, if you search for Lil Tay on X, there's just fake, like, censored nudes that are poor Photoshop and poor AI. None of them are real. They're all just bullshit fake. Grainy ass, terrible quality, like, not real. But they think they're real as fuck. It's like, dude, she's posted porn. And I'm like, nah, dude, you're falling for it. And it's like, nah, dude, it's all over this app. And I'm like, no, you're literally falling for it. You're just fucking following for it. It's like, just look up her name, bro. And it's like, dude, she hasn't posted anything. And this person just keeps saying that I'm like retarded and not bright because I can tell, I know for a fact that nothing's been posted. It takes an ounce of research for the updating threads to find out if there's anything legitimate out there. And it says this, I said, this is such a satisfying conversation, watching someone be so confidently wrong, like so vehemently, confidently wrong. You know, it's insanity. It's insanity, right? Amateur, this female is of age, by the way. She's not a child or anything. So, you know. Just admit you were looking for those nudes very intently. No. So you can find out immediately if you just Google the threads. The content creator threads and all their archive data is all there. You can find out immediately if something's real or not or posted. You won't see the images because they're behind a paywall, but you can find out if something's been posted. because they almost act as a marketing tool. A lot of the threads are actually operated by like people that work for the creator, right? So it's a very new world that like a lot of people don't know about, you know. Like all the threads on Reddit, they're almost always ran by the actual creator themselves or the creator's managing company. It's not random people. They're trying to market themselves. That's the whole point. A lot of these threads are actually the original post is by the creator. The actual creator verified post their own thread. Right? Because they're trying, and they'll post previews in their thread to try to get people to buy subscriptions to their OnlyFans. And that's how you can find out immediately if anything has happened, because you just go to the threads. There's thousands of threads that exist, and there's nothing on there, right? So who the fuck would Google this? What do you mean who would Google? She made $1 million in 3 hours. What do you mean who would Google this? Who would Google this? Who, I tell you. Who? Everybody, apparently. Everybody. But no, perpetual gooner generators. Here's the thing, dude. The moral of the story is this. Lil Tay is on a different IQ level than a lot of people. This is my theory. That, again, might get proved wrong. Lil Tay made an OnlyFans to make, because she knew she'd make millions of dollars on it, because people are kind of stupid, right? And her banner on her OnlyFans, because you can just go to, like, OnlyFans is a website, right? You can just click the website. Her banner on OnlyFans is a t-shirt that says future porn star. It is the most obvious fucking troll in the world, and people are falling for it. Either A, they're mad about it for some reason, or B, they think that she's gross, or it's bad that other people are buying it, or like they think it's real. And I'm like, none of this is real. It's all bullshit, and you're all falling for it. And it's kind of funny because she's separating so many degenerate dudes from their hard-earned dollars, and it's kind of funny, in my opinion. Kind of funny, you know. And that's the moral of the story. It's obviously a troll. Yeah, it's the most obvious troll I've ever seen in my life. And people are like, "Wow, I can't believe a creator would turn 18 and do this." I'm like, "Oh my god, you guys, you don't even understand. You don't get it. Like, it's the most obvious troll that's ever existed." There's one that keeps getting posted with boobs leaking out the bra. Yeah, it's very silly. None of it's real. None of it's real. The Bath and Guada gamer. Now she was the goat. Belle Delphine goated. Because you want to know why Belle Delphine's the goat? Because she's like, I'm gonna do porn, and then she did it. She actually did. Now she did like wait 6 months, and she made a lot of money through like teasing people, and then she actually did it. And the worst part was, it was the most low effort garbage shit I've ever seen, and I was so upset. Yes, I went and looked at it. You think I'm not a red-blooded American? It was very sad. Like the guy had like a little pot belly. It was so sad. And it was like shot on like not even a camera that was on like a tripod. It was like the worst shit I'd ever seen. I was like, why didn't you could have done something? You have like $100 million. Why didn't you like hire some people? Come on. You had an opportunity and you blew it, Belle Delphine. You blew it. All right. Anyways, I do digress. But that's the Lil Tay drama. Very, very silly shit that people are falling for. Amateur says, I have a sister, mother, daughter, not funny to me. Well, if you had a son, that would be different. Because it's the men that are falling for it, not women. Women are not at fault or fucked up at all. It's fine. Doesn't involve any women at all. It's just a girl trolling people and getting money and getting paid. Now, if you had a son that was like buying OnlyFans, that would fucking suck. Yeah, that would be part of the course. Cody's a gooner. Yeah, but what's up? Never stop gooning. I got a shirt that says never stop gooning, bro. What's up, Jay Sledge? What's up, Jay Sledge? It's very obviously AI generated, like liquid. Yeah, and people can't tell. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. But they're like, I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I'll tell you what. So at any rate, yeah, Lil Tay continues to troll, and I'm kind of interested to see how the story plays out. You know, I'm interested to see how this all plays out. I think it's going to go the way I think, and that is she'll continue to every now and then she'll post thirst traps and just make another $1 million and never post anything. That's what I suspect is going to happen. People, what the hell? There's a new tab on StreamYard that says people, and I don't know what it means. People. What do you mean, people? I missed your super chat. Billy says this is the ultimate side hustle for her, and she makes easy money. Yeah, dude. It's a win-win, bro. Oh, I didn't see your super chat, amateur. I'm sorry. Let me pull that up. Sorry, buddy. You said something about race cars that are electric. Do I look like a woman? All right. Amateur says, are you concerned about being replaced by self-driving cars? Do you think self-driving car could do the DUI? Yeah. So no, I do not at all. You come out in racing, it wouldn't be entertaining, right? So like a driverless car wouldn't be entertaining in racing because the danger and death factor is what makes it exciting. The loudness, the combustion engine, the speed, and the death factor. Now look, or the danger factor rather. People don't die very often in auto sports anymore, but they used to a lot. And I think that still resonates today. And it still does. I mean, I hit the wall at Talladega and it knocked the shit out of me. Right? I was pretty concussed. So it's still there, and that's what makes it exciting. I maybe one day, 50, 60, 100 years from now, there might be something similar to that. But as far as self-driving cars, like on the street, I don't mind at all. I had a self-driving car one time. I think I was in Iowa, maybe, and I rented a self-driving car because it's all they had, and that was great. I enjoyed it because I was chilling, but I wouldn't want to own one. But it was kind of interesting, But yeah, as far as getting a DUI, sure. Yeah, I think self-driving cars for sure will, if you were intoxicated whilst just operating one, not even touching it, I'm pretty sure you'd still get a DUI. Are you saying the car will get a DUI itself? It's drunk on too many fumes. Thank you, amateur. Billy, final super chat for the night. 195 to Nigga Snake. And Bella and Lil Tay are the best grifters in the corn industry. Well, I mean, Bella really did it. She totally did it. She did the porn for realsies. I would say the Buddha Bay girl, the Catch Me Outside girl, was pretty good at it. She stole so much money. So much money. Thank you, Billy. We are 195 from Naked Snake. Get on it, doggone it. Thank you, boys. We got 6 memberships tonight. Thank you, guys. I don't know how we got another one. I must have missed that. I thought we only had 5. Let's see. Where is it? I don't see it. I don't see the other membership. It just says there's 6. That's weird. Anyways, it says we have 6, so I'm going to say we have 6. Thank you, guys. It might have been like not on the stream, maybe. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate you. Oh, an orange boy from TMF Squid. Who would Google Lil Tay? Bro, the same kind of people who would encourage the paparazzi to foam at the mouth every time a child star turns 18. Yeah. So that you can take that a step further, TMF Squid. I don't know if you remember, but I remember at the time that this happened, I was kind of appalled. And I don't get appalled very often. But I had just watched Stranger Things season 1 and 2, maybe. It might have been just season 1, but I think it was season 1 and 2. And remember, I don't know if you remember, but Stranger Things was like on top of the world, like when it first came out. It was like the biggest thing out. And the star of it, who plays like the little kid named 11, I think her name was 11, Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown? Is that her name? She posed like almost nude in a magazine, like a major magazine, like full spread, like almost nude for like several pages of a magazine. And she was like 12 or 13. And this was like in a major magazine. Like it wasn't like an underground thing. And I remember seeing it on like maybe Facebook, maybe Twitter. I don't remember. It was on some social media. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit, what are they doing? Who did this? Well, whose idea was this? Oh my God, how is this okay? Right? And I feel like people were outraged, but I can't really remember. It's been like a few years now, but it's very, very, very interesting. I was like, how did they greenlight this? you know. But I think it was during a time where stuff like that fell through the cracks way more than it used to. Thank you, Squid. We love you. We love you, Squid. Oh my God. 175 to a naked snake, one pink boy from a rainbow night. Lil Tay's deadbeat dad didn't want anything to do with her until she got famous. Famous. I don't believe anything about the lore of Lil Tay. Like all the Lil Tay stuff, I feel like is completely, it's all fucking fake. Because everything she's done has been like a weird, elaborate troll. Like all of it. So like, I don't know. If I hear something about don't know if that's true. But I digress. Thank you, TMS Squid. We love you. All right. Okay. Hey, we hit 200 likes. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? MasterCard time. It's time for some MasterCard in our lives. I don't know if you guys have been following the MasterCard debacle, but it's been a lot of fun. Oh, by the way, rumors are that the new Online Safety Act, which is pressuring Visa and MasterCard to delist their support for games on Steam, is now going after Grand Theft Auto. Now, that really happening? I doubt it. But could it happen? I don't put anything past the UK, dude. I don't put anything past the UK at all. Rev, because Rev knows. Rev's got the deets. What you got for me, Rev? All right. I knew this shit was going to happen. They're coming, bro. They're coming for us. They're coming. We can't stop them. Somebody stop them, please. Somebody stop them. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. You guys ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Boop. All right, sorry. BBB. Sorry, I'm clicking things. Do. All right. All right. So I'm an actual. Oh, hey, Blob. I'm an actual cybersecurity specialist who rides in BC, Canada. The stuff that's going on with me is kind of a nothing burger. No, I agree. It's just when you're a content creator of that size, it stops being a nothing burger. You have to know how to navigate these things. And I think Mudahar can easily fucking fix all of it by just making a video being like, yeah, dude, I totally did that. I lied. Oopsie daisy. Anyways, moving on. Don't care. And then it would be over. Right? Because the biggest thing is trying to prove he's abhorrent or bad. And if you're just like, yeah, dude, I fucking did it, then everybody's like, oh, shit. And that works with a lot of stuff. This is pretty small fries, right? Like, this is small shit. You could, like, slap your girlfriend, and then all these accusations came out that you slapped your girlfriend. You make a video coming out, look, she mouthed off, and I slapped her. You know, felt bad after the fact, but look, dude, equal rights and equal lefts, I don't give a fuck. That would work for a lot of people. You know, like 75% of people would be like, oh shit, right? Like, that's what I'm saying is, you know, Anjali. This censorship of games reminds me of the prohibition. People will always find what is it called? Life always finds a way, as Jeff Goldblum would say. P.S. Let's get you naked. Snakes. Well, we're close, bro. We are closing in fast and vigorous. 45. 155 away. Oh my God. Thank you. Appreciate you. I'm a year worth of work experience from being able to call myself a CS engineer based. Anubis says, I'm a CWT in the military, and the Muda thing is not a big deal. It's obviously hypocrisy that's the issue. He's not always considered like Penguin. Well, I mean, the issue is, as we watched previously, he has said several times, you know, heavily implied that he was an engineer. And he's not. That's the whole story, right? He also implied that he was like a professional film editor and traveled all over the world, like editing films. And I don't think he has really, right? Because the example he gave was just a top 10 list that he edited in 2015 on YouTube. Top 10 worst game consoles, kind of, right? So, like, yeah, I mean, there's stuff that he said that wasn't true. And people were like, this was obviously not true. What the fuck? And there's like a lot of conflicting things he's been saying over and over, kind of just like, kind of loose lipped, you know? Again, he could just come out and be like, yeah, I fucking was just saying bullshit back in the day. You know, it happens. You know, that was whatever. I don't really care. But yeah, well, I said some bullshit, you know. Probably should have specified, but whatever, I don't give a fuck. And then no one would care, you know. So I think that's what I would expect. Thank you, Anjali. I love you. I love you, Anjali. Anjali Ras. Thank you. 155 till naked snake. One pink boy from a rainbow night. Can you feel it? I feel it. I feel it. I can feel it in me bones. In me bones. All right. All right. All right. Next. Savior of the universe. Beep. I'm doing a little bit of research. All right. Sorry, guys. Just a little research. A little dead air. It's no big deal. Come on, bro. Stop messing with me. That EDM track says I can feel it in my bones. I apologize for my indiscretions. All right. I blame anyone who takes more grandstanding of any online personality seriously. It depends. Well, if they're like family or if they're like involved in a lawsuit with them, I think there's like situations. But yeah, I agree when people moral grandstanding over people that like literally you don't know at all in real life is kind of cringe, you know. But anyways, exit A and what's up. All right, let's continue. Rev Desu. Let's go. Oh, I'm worn out, guys. I'm so worn out. We're closing in on the end of the stream, though. We're closing in. We're getting there.
So today we once again talking about.
I'm just worn out. I don't know why. I've been working out a lot lately. PDH has been gone for like a week, so I've been doing 2 days at the gym. I'm bored. I'm just fucking bored. So I've been. That's funny.
Censorship related concerns involving the video game industry and payment processors. And we've moved beyond the doubling down phase. We're now in the tripling down phase where payment processors like MasterCard are trying to gaslight you into believing they have no role in the censorship and banning of problematic video games. We all know that is a blatant lie. And now companies like Valve are stepping up and calling out MasterCard on their lies. We're also seeing other initiatives basically battling this gigantic network of censorship that seems to be clamping down on all aspects across the globe. And we're also going to see some of the members of the agenda pushers involved with this set of censorship get exposed as disgusting hypocrites. But before we get into all that, as always with videos like this, I want to share the message as much as I can. And nowadays with new YouTube policies, even if you watch an entire video, your view might not count.
Yep. Yeah, YouTube's dead when it comes to videos. I think they'll retroactively fix that though. I feel like YouTube will be like, damn, we goofed, and they're gonna retroactively fix that. I hope they do. I thought Pirate Nation was canceled. Well, Pirate Nation handled it correctly. Although his opinions were terrible, in my opinion, when it comes to, physical games, or not really physical games, but preserving games, right? Or the petition to do so. He stayed consistent and said, I don't give a fuck. Go fuck yourself. Which is the only way you can handle situations. If he would have came out and been like, I have done more research and looked in the mirror and did some soul searching, and I just want to apologize to everybody that I've offended, and and starts crying, yeah, you're cooked. You're done, right? So I mean, you only have one avenue, and that's to be like, I did say it, and I don't give a damn. What is it? What is that quote from Samuel L. Jackson? I did kill them, and I hope they burn in hell. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
Unless you're an engaged viewer, someone who likes, comments, or subscribes. So make sure to do those things to help out this video, help your view counts, and help move this video and its message into the algorithm to spread to more people, because we need to spread the message about this. This should disgust you. This should disgust anyone who is a consumer. What's going on here is terrible. Now, let's begin with Collective Shout. In case you missed the previous episodes of Dragon Ball involving this group, this is a small group of feminists out of Australia who basically have been given the keys to the kingdom. They were a group that was largely ignored for many years in their attempts to censor adult-themed video games and other games like Grand Theft Auto. Even Detroit Become Human was one of their targets a few years back. But they have been given a lot of attention, largely because of their new strategy to go after payment processors.
Shocking. You know, it's really weird, actually. It's weird how something that's been around for so long that had almost no power suddenly has power.
Now, of course, these are a bunch of activists who don't actually care at the end of the day about protecting anyone. Hence, the fact that they are a very strong supporter of Cuties, a film that exploited hundreds of real-life children in a film that was basically a twerking competition where they put 11 and 12-year-old girls into skimpy outfits while they performed those acts. They defend that, but they have a major problem with fictional content, and their new strategy is to go after payment processors like Visa and MasterCard. They've even specifically mentioned these companies as the reason why companies like Steam have worked with them and basically given into their demands. Now, this has backfired because people have been trying to counter what's going on here by calling up these
so if you guys have not been following this, people are calling MasterCard and getting yelled at over these things, and it's very funny. It's very funny. But yeah, I do digress. I think I have to delete this tweet. I think I have to delete the Lil Tay tweet, I think, guys. I think it's time to delete this shit. Because people are starting to unironically just post like porn on it that they are claiming is like different celebrities. I don't know why they're doing it. It doesn't even have. It's like literally a random backwoods website that just says leaked picture of this person. There is no confirming that it's actually the person, but it's like an open ass nude that's on my responses. So we gotta pop that bastard down, boys, because I'm not a fan of people just like randomly posting porn on X. That's weird. That's weird, boys. So we're gonna go ahead and delete that. It's freaky. Can't you hide it? I don't fucking know. I'm not trying to hide it from myself. I don't want it. I don't want there to be tons of porn just all over my freaking post, man. MA, what's up, baby? How you doing? That's just kind of weird. Like, that was not the point. Just you don't have to start posting random pictures and like stuff on this post, don't delete it. Oh, okay, Billy. I'll just have the porn there. It's fine. I'll just have it there. It's great. I'm loving it. Yes, more, please. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it is already. Maybe it already got deleted. I don't know. I don't see it actually anymore. Beep, beep, beep. God, there's so many replies on this one fucking thing. Yeah, I don't actually see it anymore. I don't know. All right. River Platens. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I don't see what you're talking about. Yeah, they probably deleted it. Look, or maybe it probably got removed. Yeah, I don't think you can just post porn on Twitter anymore. So I don't know. Hopefully not. That would be weird. Somebody probably reported it and got ripped down her head and good. Yeah, look, dude. You can do your own research. Go try to be the one person ever that's found the nude, The one person. Your just hacker abilities just surpasses everybody else's. But yeah, you don't have to post it like on a public ass fucking forum. That's weird,
Payment processors and making complaints. In fact, Visa and MasterCard are overwhelmed, and we've had examples of people getting cussed out by their customer support. They are very rattled at the moment. Now, when this happens, MasterCard gets real nervous. We talked about this the other day. They made their first statement on this. They are acknowledging what's going on here, and they did this by gaslighting everyone, saying that basically they have no responsibility in the censorship of video games, but that's not true. You can see the community note that was applied saying Steam.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when like some kind of like, you know what? I can actually give you an exact thing that this reminds me of. This reminds me of when I sold something on PayPal a long time ago, or sorry, on eBay. So here's a small story for you guys. So I sold a Nintendo Classic, the SNES or the NES Classic. You guys remember that? The NES Classic? Pretty cool little thing. I still have it. There's not really a use for it now, considering, you know, the Switch and stuff, but there was this thing called the NES Classic that came out, and it was like a tiny little thing that you plugged in HDMI, and it was like an official Nintendo release. It wasn't like one of those weird like licensed one. It was like an actual Nintendo release, and it worked really cool. It had a cool little UI. They were cool. So I had one of those, and I remember I had two of them, and as a joke, because they were really rare for a second, they were like sold out everywhere. So I put one on eBay for $15,000, almost as a joke, but also, and then I forgot about it for like a month, okay, because I never use eBay. And somebody bought it for $15,000. Keep in mind they were still sold out at the time, but I think people were asking like $1,000 on Craigslist. But I put it up there as a joke. Somebody bought it, and as the joke, I gave 10%, I think, to St. Jude's, because you can actually include a percentage of the sale to like a charity. So I put 10% of the sale goes to St. Jude's, right? Well, it was like $1,800 or $2,000 or something, like at the end of it after taxes and fees and stuff. So they never paid for it, obviously. And it just sat there, and then the transaction got canceled. Right? All good. Right? Totally fine, correct? Well, eBay still took $2,000 from me. They just took it out of my bank account. $2,000, like the donation. The transaction got canceled. It never got bought. It just got canceled. And the person deleted their eBay account, by the way. And then eBay just took the $2,000, the 10, 15% that went to charity from the sale, and they just took it out of my bank account. So you can imagine my frustration. So I called eBay, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? This is why you don't donate? Yeah, 1,000%. Never doing that shit again. So I was like, that's weird. So I called eBay, and they claimed it was PayPal that did it. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I called PayPal, and I was like, what the fuck happened? So I sold an item, and then the buyer didn't pay, and then they deleted their eBay account. So obviously the transaction got canceled. But PayPal took $2,000 from me for no reason as the donation. That never happened for a transaction that never happened. So PayPal was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, this is actually on eBay's side. So you have to call eBay. Shocking, right? So I call eBay again. And I'm like, hey, man, yeah, so I called PayPal, and they're claiming that it's eBay that actually took the donation amount, and I have to get it back from you guys. And they're like, no, not at all. PayPal handles all the money. We don't handle anything. We handle the listings. You have to call PayPal. And I'm like, oh, interesting. So I see what we're doing. We're going back and forth. So I call PayPal. And by the time I get like my fifth like round trip, I'm pissed as fuck. I'm really mad. And I'm like, hey, man, this is my fifth time talking to PayPal today. I was at the gym too. And I was like, hey, man, it's my fifth time talking to PayPal today, and you took $2,000 out of my bank account for literally no reason. It's like you stole my money. Seems very illegal. And you need to give that back to me. And they were like, oh, it's actually eBay. And I'm like, no, I've done this like 7 times now. I'm here. You're going to give me my, and I just started like repeating, you're going to have to give me my money right now. And they were trying to, well, we actually, and I'm like, no, I'm going to stop you right there. You're going to give me my money right now. You're going to give me this money right now, this second. And they were like, well, and I was like, no, you're going to just give me my money right now. Or else I'm going to call the fucking police, bro. Because you just stole my money. And where I live, it's like a crime to steal people's money. Like, you just stole my money. So you're going to give me my money. You know? And I'll call the police, and the police will laugh at me, and I don't care. I'm going to call fucking everybody. I'm going to go crazy. Give me my goddamn money. So I was livid. And obviously I know the police ain't going to do shit. I just think I'm like, this is a crime, right? Like, I'm going to call somebody. You're still give me my money back. And he sent me to his supervisor, and it went all the way up the chain till it got to like the vice president of sales or something crazy. And I was like, hey man, so I had a transaction and it sold, and then the buyer never paid, but you took $2,000 in fees out of the transaction that never happened, that got canceled, and you just took it out of my bank account without warning, like direct deposited it out of my bank account. So you're going to have to give me my money right now. And the guy was like, well, let me explain how this. I'm like, no, you're going to give me my money. That's what's happening now. You're going to give me my money. Okay. Or my next call is going to be to the BBB. Then I'm going to call the police. Then I'm going to call a lawyer. And then I'm going to blow this shit up online because you took my money. Now give me my money back. So the dude was like, okay, here's what I can do. He was like, let's compromise. He was like, here's what I can do. I can give the money back to you in like 7 days. Like, it has to be processed and sent through 7 days. And I laughed and I was like, no, you're going to give me my money before we get off this call. And I'm going to see it hit my bank account. I was like, I'm not getting off the phone with you. You're going to give me my money right now. So he's like sighing and like, fuck. So this dude somehow did some behind the scenes thing and just sent me, like, personally from himself, like $2,000. And he's like, okay, so how this is going to work is you're going to see the money pop up and confirm it. And then it's going to come out of your account in like a week and then be replaced immediately. You won't even notice it because they had to go through some weird system. Like, I don't know if the guy paid me personally or what happened. But he just gave me the money, like, on the phone. I saw it hit my bank account. And he's like, so it's going to come out and then go back in immediately. You won't notice it, but it's going to be like a weird thing because that's how, like, this works. And I don't want you to get paid like double, but you're going to get paid again by PayPal after 7 days. So it's just going to auto come out and then auto come in. And I was like, that's fine, dude. I'm cool with it as long as I have my money. And they gave me my money. That's the end of the story. And I usually am not like that, but they unequivocally stole my money. They reached in my pocket with their hands and took $2,000 and laughed and just put it in their pocket. And I'm like, yeah, we're not going to do this. I could understand if I bought an item and I'm trying to return it and there's no, I could totally get that. You just took my money. You just like literally took it and was like, oh, it smells good. Put it in your pocket. That's weird. Give me my money back. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they did. It all worked out in the end. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's not a small amount. This was like in 2018 or something. I didn't have just $2,000 laying around back then. And I still don't, but you know what I'm saying? Even more I didn't back then. All right, boys. Real quick, we are $155 from Naked Snake. We're closing in on the end of the stream, but we're close. We're close. So get your pool. We're going to finish this video, and then we're going to raid Moxie Dame, assuming she's still live after this video.
And Itch have stated that these payment processors influenced their recent acts of censorship or delisting of particular games. And of course, you can look at Steam and see a new rule that was added recently that specifically says we also have to take into account the rules of our payment processors. And of course, if you look at the actual rules of Visa, for example, they have rules about fictional content, including this very vague rule right here talking about how they basically can look at any sort of content without limitation and determine it's against their brand. It's hurting their brand in some way. It's open-ended for a reason. They can pretty much apply it to anything. Now, here's where we get to the response from Valve. So you can see this article, MasterCard deflects blame for not safe for work games being taken down, but Valve says payment processors specifically cited a MasterCard rule about damaging the brand.
This is one thing I love about Steam. They are just based. They'll just tell you. They'll just be like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. You know, I love it. I love it, man. Makes me happy. I'm about to throw up, boys. I keep burping and it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. All right. Here we go. Where'd he go? All right. Okay. Sorry.
One we just looked at 2 seconds ago. That is the type of open-ended policy a lot of these payment processors already have. And this is their quote saying, MasterCard did not communicate with Valve directly despite our request to do so. A Valve representative said, MasterCard communicated with payment processors and their acquiring banks. Payment processors communicated this with Valve, and we replied by outlining Steam's policy since 2018 of attempting to distribute games that are legal for distribution. Payment processors rejected this and specifically cited MasterCard's Rule 5.12.7 and risk to the MasterCard brand. And of course, again, super open-ended, and MasterCard is trying to gaslight you. And
you see this? It says MasterCard's Rule 5.12.7 relates to illegal or brand-damaging transactions. A merchant must not submit to its acquirer, and a customer must not submit to interchange system any transaction that is illegal or in sole discretion of the corporation may damage the goodwill of the corporation or reflect negatively on the marks. So pay attention to this. I don't know if you guys remember, but a few years ago, PayPal released their new terms of service. I'm pretty sure it was PayPal. And some of you probably know what I'm about to say. So PayPal released their new terms of service, and their new terms of service stated that they could turn your account off and take all your money, restrict any use that you would have for PayPal, ruin your eBay, ruin all your accounts that are associated with your PayPal for any reason, including your political affiliation, if you support Trump, vice versa, if you are not an ally. And I'm paraphrasing obviously a lot, but that was basically what the rule was. The TOS was like, yeah, if we think you follow harmful content or have harmful opinions, we will turn off everything for you. And that shit went viral as fuck. And then PayPal released a statement saying, oh, that was an error. That was a typo. Who accidentally typed all that up? Who? Yes. If you happen to have hateful opinions on, like what? Who typed this up? Did you accidentally fall on the keyboard and that all just popped out? Okay. All right. Okay. And I'm pretty sure most corporations that handle payments, they probably all have a rule where we have the right to disable any access you may have if it could be damaging to our brand. I'm pretty sure every company has this, just to give them some kind of legal fallback if they just turn your shit off for no reason, right?
Good on Valve for defending themselves through this representative and saying, no, they went after us with a specific rule. These payment processors said, it's a brand risk, you got to get rid of it. Not a brand risk for Valve, but for the payment processors. Now, this is why I look back on companies like Visa and MasterCard, and then I look at Collective Shout. Collective Shout is essentially a useful idiot. They have the right message that lines up with MasterCard and Visa, and they're using them as a conduit to get more things censored to fulfill their own agenda. I believe that Visa and MasterCard, they like censoring these supposedly problematic pieces of content. They've been doing it for years without outside forces putting pressure on them. We saw with many Japanese forms of content where certain platforms, certain types of content were being banned left and right. And some people say, well, it was the decision of these companies to ban certain types of content. Well, they didn't really have a choice. These payment processors that basically keep them afloat would approach them and say, we're going to pull our services unless you ban this sort of problematic fictional content. And they have no choice. You lose Visa and MasterCard, you basically lose your ability to have anyone pay you.
Yeah, Visa and MasterCard, that's like everything, right? Visa or MasterCard, that's like 99% of everything. If they're going to remove their your access to Visa, MasterCard, yeah, you're fucked. You lose like 99% of your transaction availability, right? It's kind of like you kind of have a monopoly. Therefore, you can control the narrative with that.
And you're pretty much left with no choice. And they've been doing this for years on their own. And now you have Collective Shout going after Steam and Itch and these other platforms. And now they're using them to continue spreading their censorship to new and bigger platforms, including ones that are very popular in the West. Now, it's not just adult games or adult theme games, 18 plus games. They're going after everything. We saw horror games on.
Yep. See, so it says Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row reportedly at risk of being delisted by MasterCard and Visa because it's problematic. It's too adult oriented. Keep in mind, it's not illegal. And their entire talking point is, oh, we won't process transactions for illegal content. There is nothing illegal about Grand Theft Auto. You know what I'm saying? That's just how this rolls. Algon says, last one rough. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that. It's been a little weird lately. And I talked to Helena about this the other day. I'm like, man, I feel I'm pretty good right now. Like, I feel pretty good, actually. I felt pretty good the last 2 weeks. But like a month ago, bro, I was like, everything's awful. Like, everything is awful. And I kind of got through all of it, and now I'm on the other side of it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Everything's fine. Just had a little rough period. So
itch.io get enough pressure on them from these outside sources that they were delisted. And now we're seeing claims that Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row are now at risk of being delisted by these payment processors in the pressure they're putting on these platforms. This is a very interesting development from Zoom, which is a gaming storefront. They have come out and said they have been feeling the pressure from payment.
Isn't it so weird how, I think it's kind of well known that MasterCard and Visa, a large portion of the shares for MasterCard and Visa are owned by BlackRock, right? Think about that for a moment. 5 years ago, the whole narrative was free the nipple, everything's cool, hedonism. And now suddenly 5 years later, it's like any game that has a hot girl in it or has anything that could be even remotely construed as problematic banned. It's like, wait, hold on. 5 years ago, you're saying the opposite. Now you're saying this crazy shit again. Hell yeah, Guang. Making some progress on the games. On the games. Did you at least get settled into your place? I know it's been a little while, but I just clicked the wrong window.
Processors to censor a lot of their content, but they're saying no. They're not allowing this to happen. They're trying everything they can do to make sure the customer's not losing out on certain games because of the pressure of payment processors. So here's their statement saying, preserving and protecting artistic freedom. As you are likely aware, there have been a number of adult title delistings across the industry. One of our payment processors made us aware that a fellow member of the industry was concerned about our content. After we heard from the payment processor, we immediately engaged in lengthy discussions with both PayPal and Stripe. We worked with our contacts at the aforementioned payment processors to develop a tripartite, might be mispronouncing that, solution to ensure the right to free speech and freedom of expression, as well as protect the safety of our valued customers and partners. So they added an opt-in security option for two-factor authentication using time-based one-time passwords to safeguard consumer accounts. This feature is now in the account settings. Many of the customers have expressed difficulty in being able to make purchases with our current payment processors, and they're looking for alternative payment options as well. And then they also say the first of these upgrades.
What do you think the entire point of all this is? Like, there's got to be an overarching goal to MasterCard and Visa suddenly trying to basically censor everything all of a sudden. I mean, obviously we could say it's the Online Safety Act in the UK, right? We could say that for sure. But is that it? I mean, what's pushing the Online Safety Act in the UK? It's very spooky shit, dude.
Trades is a wallet system for future purchases. This feature also allows users to add funds to their account and spend them on all of our products. And they conclude by saying, we have no plans to remove any titles and will do absolutely everything in our power to prevent such delistings. We are fervent supporters of artistic freedom and always will be.
Yep.
Based? Yeah, guys, the bar.
That's the thing, it's control. companies not having their greedy little fingers in everything, as far as just control, is like pisses these people off because they want power. They have enough money and they have unlimited amounts of money. They just want to have more control. You know, so we have no plans to remove any titles, and we'll do absolutely everything in our power to prevent such delistings. We are fervent supporters of artistic freedom and always will be. This is the Zoom platform.
Bar is low, okay? Companies like this that stand up for themselves and artistic freedom, they're going to get a big jolt of support, and rightfully so. We see this happen all the time where we see these companies acting like they have no choice. Well, a lot of times they have a hard choice, and this is a hard choice to fight back, but it's one that should be rewarded, and I'm glad Zoom is doing that. Now, they also said in an email that on their team, they expect the delisting situation to expand further into their discussions of titles like Grand Theft Auto, Duke Nukem, and Saints Row, that they're potentially at risk. Like I said, and like many people have been saying, it doesn't end with the ecchi 18-plus hentai games or the the really graphic sexual games that all these feminists are claiming are causing women to be harmed in real life. No, it doesn't end with the Gooner games, right? It goes to everything. It's going to hit games like Grand Theft Auto. It's going to keep going further. We've already seen horror games getting hit by these sorts of censorship.
Stellar Blade is fucked. Her titties are too fat in Stellar Blade.
Or acts of censorship, and it's going to keep going. And unfortunately, a lot of people had to wait until, not step 1, but like step 4 of censorship to actually start caring. And hopefully it's not too late. But continuing on, there's another little battle going on where you can see as battle between payment processors and storefronts continues, GOG is making adult games free to own. This was a 48-hour campaign that got lots of support and use. In the first 24 hours, 1 million people took advantage of this free system that they call Freedom to Buy and purchased, or I should say, received for free.
I just don't understand. Now, if we ignore the UK for a second, I don't understand how people like willingly allow just control, right? I get why people in the UK do it. They've been doing it for a long time. Because people on the outside looking in, they see what's going on in the UK with like the Online Safety Act and people getting arrested for memes and people getting arrested for saying anything that could be anti-immigration sentiment, right? They're getting arrested in the UK for that. You can be charged for that in the UK. People see that, right? And they're like, why are people allowing this? The strangest part about this is the vast majority of people in the UK support that. How? I can't fathom it. But they support it. It's very spooky. The only people that are like really outraged are people that are not in the UK. Like, what the fuck's going on over there? UK people's like, we gotta work. We gotta think about the immigrants. What's going on? I'm like, what? I'm so confused. Lynn Britton says, glad you're better, hon. It's my worries about you. I appreciate you, baby. Thank you. I'm all good. It's nihilism creeping in and thinking there's no other choice. Well, I mean, where did the movie 1984 take place? Right? That's how it is, man. Yeah, Cyprian. Yeah, dude, 100%. This is why we want our freedom. I agree. I agree. They want control. We don't. 150 till Naked Snake with a few minutes left. I'm about to piss my pants, though. I drank a Monster. So I started drinking my Monster before the show instead of like during the show. And now I have to pee real bad at the end of the show instead of having to pee kind of bad. Now I have to pee really bad at the end of the show. Well, we have a great history of freedom of speech in the UK. There is no such thing. There is no such thing. They like to say they do for some reason. They're like, yeah, we totally have freedom of speech here. I'm like, what do you mean? When you say freedom of speech, do you mean like you don't have freedom of speech? Do you mean, I think people like unironically assume freedom of speech means they can say they can say words, right? Because people do that over here in America. I think people unironically think freedom of speech means, oh, I can say like, hey, how you doing? They don't realize freedom of speech means it protects specifically speech that is people don't like. That's the whole point. So freedom of speech wouldn't need to exist if it was to protect speech you already agree with. That's the whole point. And I think people like that, they don't understand, Anyways, Jay-Z, lucky me. Remember for 3 months. Thank you, Jay-Z. Appreciate you. History being the ironically correct word. How did punk rock get birthed in that hellhole? No one will ever know. No, it is a very interesting place. It's a very interesting place. Hard to say.
Adult games that fell under this campaign. It shows there's a huge market for this, and I am, I guess, very happy to see GOG and other initiatives trying to counter this and show this is what gamers want. And as always, I say it every time, if you don't like these games, fine, don't play them. You're not going to stumble across 18 plus games by accident. If you don't want it, don't seek it out. Don't play it. Don't support it. But grown adults should be able to make their own decisions about the fictional content they're going to consume when it comes to video games. Okay. And all these groups like Collective Shout, they're very desperate to try to convince you that this stuff is so dangerous that it has to be banned. And for what reason? To, of course, protect the children, because apparently
it's
people
always
can't
to
parent their own
protect the
kids.
children, guys. It's always to protect the children. It's the funniest thing they do. It's like if a movement starts and the whole point is protect the children, you know there's ulterior motives. Right? But then there's two conflicts that say the same thing, and you're like, oh no, I don't know which one to believe. So you got to go with your gut and like read the data. Donna says new racing team for truck. What did I miss? New racing team for truck? What? No. Hey, how you doing, Donna? How you doing? Oh my gosh, how you doing? Damn, I fell asleep at a super weird time. Missed a whole damn stream. Damn you, Justin. Damn you. Damn you. We're at the end though. We've been live for 3 hours. We're 150 from Naked Snake for the 491st stream in a row. I'm about to piss my pants though.
Keep them away.
So I don't know if I'll make it to the end of this video. We're trying though. Oops.
From stuff they should never have access to in the first place if they're actually being properly parented by their guardians. But anyways, here's an example of one of the people who's getting a lot of attention. This is a person at Collective Shout, this Melinda Tankard-Reist person who is insufferable, to say the least. This clip recently came out where she's talking about her concerns about PayPal, for example, and making it very clear they are just basically 90s soccer moms on steroids. They are the face of what a Karen is in the year 2025.
And guess who processes the payments and is profiting from this? PayPal. PayPal. Why are you allowing and profiting from facilitating transactions for games that promote violence against women, children, infants? I'd really like to put that question to PayPal today.
Isn't it weird how it's been 40 years and people are still trying to say, oh, games make children violent? There's no data to suggest that. But it's like, oh, we're just going to keep saying this for the rest of our lives. It's like the pay gap, you know? So we're just going to keep saying pay gap exists, even though there's no pay gap. There's a wage gap, right? It's every single human compared to every single human, right? All the variables are left on the table. There is no such thing as a pay gap. It was made illegal in 1964. It's just very silly. And it's the same thing here. It's like they're still trying to say games are affecting children. And the reason I think they're actually getting ground now is because it's women saying it. It's liberal women. And liberal women historically, for some odd reason, are the only people that can get things pushed through. Right? Because it was usually conservative men for like the longest time saying games cause children to be violent, right? And now all of a sudden it's like liberal women. It was conservative men. Now it's liberal women claiming it. And for some reason, when a liberal woman says it, people are like, oh, interesting. Yeah. Very strange. Very strange. There's no D Snyder. Where are you, D? Where are you? We're not going to take it. No, we're not going to take it.
Absolutely. Why are you allowing it?
PayPal.
$10 to play rape and incest simulation games, child abuse games. This is the first time you're hearing it here. We are going to go after PayPal for allowing transactions and profiting from the simulated rape and abuse of women. And
hold on, what game is she talking about? That's a grape game. Does anybody know? There's a grape game. Now, granted, I know there's like cut games, but I don't know anything about no grape game. I mean, is Grand Theft Auto a grape game? I don't think it is. You know, so that's weird. It's like, I feel like you're giving the most extreme example of a game that may exist and then applying it to all games. You know, it's very interesting.
Children.
Well, we support you. What action can we uplift through our networks? Are you doing petition, a letter? What can we activate?
Literally, this is just being discussed as we speak.
Yeah, they got a lot of smoke for PayPal and how they're funding all of this harmful material. But of course, this is a member of Collective Shout. And just like Collective Shout's main account, this person is a big supporter of cuties. Wow, it's almost like every single person involved in this Collective Shout group supports cuties, but has it out for fictional content. Make it make sense. This is so disgustingly hypocritical. This person wants to pretend like they care about the exploitation of women and girls, and they say these video games are contributing.
Well, they're only in favor of the exploitation of little girls if it's under the guise of exposing the exploitation, right? They'll show you shocking content of actual little girls being exploited, and they'll say this is good because it actually shows that little girls are exploited. It's like we actually showed that little girls were exploited by exploiting little girls. Masterful chess move. And they're like, we support this. Very interesting shit.
To those issues, but then they support something that openly and directly exploited hundreds of young girls. You can't make this stuff up. And also with this company, this Collective Shout group, they got nothing to say about OnlyFans, for example. They've been asked point blank, are you going to do something about that platform? Now, it's not just because, oh, that's a 18 plus platform, that means it's bad. No, people have an issue with OnlyFans because it has a very predatory message. They basically made their buck for years and years, telling young girls, even underage girls, hey, look what happens when you hit 18 years old and you start selling your body. You're going to make a lot of money.
Yep.
The reality is only a very tiny fraction of people who use that platform make anything that even comes close to justifying putting yourself out there on the internet like that after and trying to guilt trip for providing their services to Steam and Itch. There's allegations. We talked about this earlier this year where MasterCard and Visa allegedly failed to stop payments on OnlyFans for actual abuse material. Real children.
Well, actual abuse material is not what they're interested in. Right? It's very interesting. We're the last bastion in the West, for sure. For damn sure. They're literally trying to be exploited on OnlyFans for a while. Yeah, and on Pornhub. They took care of all that shit. They took care of all of it in front of God and everybody. All right, boys, we're at the end of the show. I'm freaking cooked. I don't know why, but I'm just so exhausted. Probably the 2 days at the gym. They've been killing my ass. Killing me. Been killing me. We got 10 away. We got pretty close. We got to almost to 500 naked snakes in a row. 4 years, almost 5 years straight of streams. Got 10 away. Very close. Can't be ashamed of that. I know I've said that before, but hell yeah, based. Let me see if Moxie Dame's still live. I'm about to piece my pants. I'm freaking out. I drank my monster before the stream started, and it killed my ass. I need to probably stop doing that. Where's Moxie Dame at? Moxie Dame. She's not live anymore. Of course she's not. Of course she's not live anymore. Why would she be? All right. All right. Hey, man, the snake streak has been in danger, like probably 60 streams out of the last 58. So, like, the fact that we got that far is pretty crazy. All right. Let me go. Moxie Dame's not live, so let's go to Lumi. Lumi's live. Smash, Lumi. 8-bit beer time. Oh, beer. Got that beer going. Battlefield beta this weekend. Queso. I don't know if I want to stare at King Queso's forehead. King Queso drives me crazy. I like go to his stream and it's just like his forehead. I'm like, what are you doing? Point the camera at your face. You're not a bad looking guy. Oh, look at all the super chats. Look at you bitches. You can't just let me lift the weight off my shoulders of the snake. You can't let me do it. Where are you all coming from at the exact same time? Chris McGough. 1,000 Norwegian groans. Oh my God. You're just not going to let it die, are you? You just can't let it die. Now I got to be stressed out for a whole nother 2 days. The cartoon girl's voice doesn't match. Tranime? What are you talking about? What were we just looking at? Oh, you're talking about Rev. Yeah, Rev's a guy, obviously. Obviously. Think King Hicks go viral for some reason? Oh, I don't know. I hope so. Thank you, Chris McGough. I love you. I appreciate you. The GOAT himself coming in with a big fat 1,000 Norwegian krones, knocking us almost there. But my boy, my brother in Christ, Otto Ramel. Oh my God, says don't stop, won't stop. With $150. See, were you guys waiting until the last second? Was this the goal? You just making me sweat? You making me sweat? Is that what you're doing? Otto Ramel. Thank you, dude. I love you, man. We live to fight another day, Twin Spinner. Why are we still here? All right. All right, stop. Thank you, Otto. Thank you, Chris McGough. I love you. I appreciate you. You came in at the last second and you tickled my balls. Like the stream in honor of Otto Ramel, Chris McGough. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget Trent Westbrook and Billy Hatcher. We had 4 Red Boys tonight. 4 Red Boys. 4. That's insane. 4 Red Boys. That's crazy. Thank you, Otto. Thank you, Chris McGough. Thank you, Trent Westbrook. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you guys. Travis Adams said you're going to carry that weight for the rest of your life. You acting like you've never been to a titty bar. Bro, last time I was at a titty bar, there was this girl up there, and she looked pretty good, and there was people throwing money at her. And then she got off stage, and then another girl walked up, and everybody scattered like roaches. And I felt real bad for that lady. Thank you, Travis. I love you. Otto Ramel, Chris McGough. We got to do Naked Snake now. Who did I change to raid? Lumi. All right, here we go. It's time for Naked Snake for the boys. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm about to piss my pants, so let's do it. We got to do it. I might die. Here we go. Naked Snake time, boys. Thank you guys so much for keeping it alive. It's funny because I go through the grieving process, like I accept it, and then fucking it's like, All right. Here we go. Otto, Chris McGough. We live to fight another day. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Thank you, guys. 491 snakes in a row. Will we make 500? Thank you, guys. Here we go. Our shared trauma. Narco-wookie. Chatty.
Silence through the night.
As if anime wasn't weird enough.
Searching
Thank you, Chatty.
melting to you. What a fear in my heart.
Here we go, boys.
But you're so supreme.
Ooh, snake eater in my time. There be nobody else. Cry, it's the way I fly to you. Donna, I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Someday we'll go red. Someday you feed on a tree frog. It's a trial.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I feel it. I give my life, not a wookie, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there be nobody else. Crime, it's the way I fly to. Yeah, I'm flying to you, MA. What's up? I'm still in a dream. Snake eater. 400 491 times in a row. Can you feel it, boys? I feel it, boys. Thank you, guys. Otto, Chris McGough, Billy, Trent, Irakias, everybody. I love you. Here we go. Oh, my God. I appreciate you guys so much. The banner has officially been changed to 491 naked snakes in a row. Chris McGough and Otto Ramel at the last second came in and slapped their penises on my face, and I had to just open my mouth and swallow. I apologize. That was kind of adult oriented. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Like the stream on your way out. We're going to raid Lumi. My favorite, one of my favorites, Lumi. I'll see you guys over there. Say cam raid in the chat. I'm about to piss my pants. I'm going to go do that. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Based. Thank you, guys. Love you. Appreciate you. Hell yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Otto, Chris McGough, Trent, Billy, Irakias, everybody involved. Love you guys. TMF Squid. Anjali even got up on this bitch. Thank you guys so much. You guys are goated. You're goated. Thank you. All right. I'll see you guys over there. Cam raid, cam raid, cam raid, cam raid, cam raid.